respect him quite a bit.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
I can feel it down in my plums. We're getting a nice bluish hue. Getting ready to take him to the farmer's market.
Okay, baby, but don't hurt yourself with that big juicy hog of yours.
In hard times, or when a man has worked at a job 30 years, they give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, a computer took your place, daddy. That's hard time.
We go now live.
This is where we live.
Are you ready to get your world rocked?
That's what I'm talking about.
You ready?
Oh, wait. So we're just gonna wing it? There's a big difference between winging it and seeing what happens. Now let's see what happens.
And now.
Right now.
Now, it's Senning Show with your host, John Senning.
And I be catching them northern pike like on the 10-pound test. Smoke cess, never fast, take a guess. I be the early morning stone pimp. Straight limping, wounds from drinking. At the party, big booty pinching. Chilling like a villain. Balloon filling, whack MC killing. The fine hoe drilling with the $1 million yelling and the 10-cent brain.
Been gone too long, too much cocaine.
But now that I'm back on the block, I'm ready to rock left to right all night. My game's tight. I wish
I gotta shake them loose today. The cobwebs are running deep. Killed too many brain cells over the weekend. Welcome to Senning Show.
Get down.
Watch us. Facebook, YouTube, theboneonline.com. Hit us up on social media at The John Senning, at Dizzy for Mayor. I've had to have asked you this before. This is on my mind all morning, and I know we probably talked roughly about it. Did we have a discussion about the racial divide? It's not as bad as it sounds. The racial divide of what people use in the shower to clean themselves.
Oh, no.
Have we had this conversation?
No.
Because
I already know where you're going with this,
I think there is call it a stereotype, call it just a belief that people have, that I think white people get dubbed with taking the bar of soap and washing their body all over with it into their butt crack and their privates,
yes,
and then using the same bar of soap on their face. Yep. I think from a racial perspective, from what I understand, maybe black families have washcloths.
Yeah.
I don't know where that then leads the loofah. Is that just another, like, loofahs by nature feel like a very Caucasian thing. Did you grow up with washcloths in the shower?
Washcloths all day. My mom even got at one point there was ones you could just stick your hands in.
Yeah,
like a puppet almost.
And I think we went through a period of, and I'm just going to come out and say it. Grew up, bar of soap in the butt, on the face, all over the body. Like it's just, and the disgusting thing when you really look back on it, most households that are just bar of soap people, that bar of soap has been in every crevice of every family member and then all over your face probably. So
shared, and I remember going to a friend's house once, and in their shower there was like hair on it.
Hair on soap. I mean, that's.
You don't know what hair it is.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, you can't be too worried about a hair on a soap. That's just, that's the cost of doing business.
No. But I'm going to be worried about it because if you're using the cloth thing, you're taking all that off.
But I am having flash. I feel like maybe we did talk about this, but I'm ready to unleash it again. I feel like when I'm given a bar of soap and a washcloth, it doesn't compute for me. Like, I'm like, so what do I do? Do I take the washcloth and then rub the soap on it real hard?
You put it in between and you rub it.
And then I just start taking the washcloth and caressing my body with the washcloth.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's doing anything.
Because if you're using just a bar of soap, you're not scrubbing any dirt off.
Well,
you're layering just soap on and then washing it off.
I would agree to disagree because I often, when I, especially lately, for most of my life and during my youth, you are correct. But later in life, I started getting the soap that has like the grit in it.
Yeah.
So you kind of feel it like it's like scrubbing off your dead skin and all of that. So, but for the most part, if you have a Dove, a traditional Neutrogena bar, you are just rubbing the smooth, lifeless soap all over your dirty body.
We did talk about this. Now, I don't know if it was the Senning Show or when we did the Mike Alta show and we were covering.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Because I do remember us talking about it and I going, the difference is when I use my washcloth, I throw it in the wash after.
After every time.
Yeah, well, after like a day or two, I toss it in.
And that's the rule in your house still to this day. You have a washcloth in there, and you'll wash your body twice with it, and then it gets thrown into the into
Yeah,
the
I mean,
laundry.
even after once, it's probably gross to just leave it there. But the loofahs, you just let them hang, and they're just
and they do
collecting
that, and
bacteria.
that is the. I was going to say it's an urban legend, but I don't think it's an urban legend anymore because I do think that it's just like a home for bacteria inside the loofahs.
It's damp. It's in the bathroom where it's collecting a lot of stuff on it for sure.
Well, I haven't shared it with you yet, but I've been on the search for something new in my shower because I was a loofah guy. Grew up a soap guy. Then I became body wash loofah guy.
Same.
And I did that for many, many moons. And then you start reading that it's just this harbinger of bacteria and doom and death inside your shower. So I've been on the hunt, dude. And I got to tell you, I had a shower this morning with what felt like the greatest advancement in the history of showers, which I think we could probably come to an agreement on.
Okay.
Because it's I don't know the right way to use it or to say it. It's a shower scrubber of sorts, but it's got long soft bristles on it. So you take the body wash and pour it down in there, and then you just scrub it. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining it to you.
No, so you're saying you squirt some gel into it, and then as you scrub, the gel's coming out. It's kind of like the things you use to like clean your cars.
Well, no, it's not. I'm doing a bad job.
You are.
I should have looked it up. I bet you it's on Amazon. I can look it up. You don't squirt it in there. You don't squirt it in there like it has a holster. You just put it over top of where the bristles are. And I gotta say, as a man who feels like something's been missing from his showers for a long time, took a shower about an hour ago. And all I can think about is the next shower.
Yeah.
Because it was that enjoyable. Let me tell you what it's called. Silicone. It was a two-piece. Look at that. They're tie-dye. Cool. They're really cool. Two-piece silicone exfoliating body scrubber, 2-in-1. I feel like this is the thing that if there is a racial divide amongst how we're cleaning each other in this country, this is the thing that can bring us all together. And supposedly the other side's for scrubbing your hair.
Well, I don't have that issue.
Well, you can still scrub. You still got to clean your head.
Well, yeah, I put on some stuff and all that, but it's not much, you know? Not really.
That was on my mind. I had to get out there. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Can we agree that if you just raw dog soap, you're doing it wrong?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I can
admit
clean.
that, but I could also tell you that's there.
It's like, okay, so when you do that, you get out the shower and you're drying off. Have you ever dried off and there's like this weird stuff comes off? That only happens to me when I clean with just soap.
Well, I mean, are you rinsing? I mean, you gotta rinse your body.
Of course, I'm scrubbing and rinsing with just soap. I'm like, this isn't working.
Well, what you're saying is not adding up because then I feel like if that was the case, then you would have the same residue from your washcloth that was covered in soap.
No, because you're scrubbing it all off.
We're just gonna have to disagree.
Okay.
We're just gonna have to, because I mean I've been on a kick of just the soap, and to be honest with you, I haven't even had my manly soap, so I've just been using Dove Raw Dog, the smooth bar, right all over my body.
Really?
Yeah,
that's wrong.
Yeah, I mean I wanted something else and I found it, so I'm willing to give you a little bit. I'm just telling you, it might not be as bad as you thought it was.
Well, you used to be dirty, now you're clean.
Yeah, I'm looking for some sad dads to kick off the show today. I was having this epiphany earlier today. Do you think, ride with me, out of all of the holidays out there, and maybe we exclude like Christmas because that's just so big and there's so many different variables and relationships that go into that. But when it comes to the other mid-level holidays, the Mother's Day, the Father's Day, the Valentine's Day, I'm not sure what else I'm willing to put in that category. But I bet you after Father's Day, there are more individuals disappointed in how they were treated and what they received on that holiday, more so with Father's Day than any other day. And they say the least about it.
You mean then, so just to like get a reference here. So you're saying people who are in a relationship, like if I'm in a relationship with Nicole and we're 5 months in, Valentine's Day comes up, I get nothing. You're saying on Father's Day, more people would be upset.
More people
who don't get stuff on Valentine's Day.
More dads go underappreciated, under-recognized, under-gifted, under-told Happy Father's Day than any other mid-range holiday.
I was going to push back on this. I still might a little bit, but I think one of the things that make it a lot harder for some dads is you get those moms that are like, Happy Father's Day to me. You know what I mean?
Like a single mom or a mom whose dad is kind of a deadbeat or not in the picture or something like that?
They kind of exclude that whole guy completely.
A little bit more of a pushback.
So there's stolen valor. Well, I wouldn't say stolen valor because sometimes there are moms who do it all. You know what I mean? So
I'm hoping to hear from sad dads. I have Mike Olivera really hooked it up this week on the prizes. We've got Busch Gardens passes, Monster Jam tickets, and dude, we got those Bone Thugs tickets. Bone Thugs, 3-6 Mafia, and Tech 9 are coming to the amphitheater on September 20th. I'm talking about dads who these are the specifics that I'm looking for. Dads who have kids, who have decent relationships with their kids, and did not get a call, did not get a card, did not get a gift, did not get anything. I think those situations are more prevalent for Father's Day than they are for Mother's Day. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But I think that's probably the case. Senning Show, you a sad dad?
Not a sad dad. Understanding dad.
Mad dad?
Not really.
All right. How was your Father's
Tell
Day?
us the story. We'll decide what you are.
Yeah. We'll decide your
only
emotions.
because my wife. She definitely has a bigger old job.
My wife.
No. No, my wife definitely has a bigger old job.
Are you saying it like Borat on purpose, or do you just say it like that?
Say it like that.
Okay, say it again.
My wife.
I had a feeling you wasn't playing a bit. All right, so tell me more about my wife. Your wife.
But no, she definitely is the breadwinner of the relationship.
Okay.
Even though I run two different businesses that are kind of getting built right now.
Her money's better.
But
damn, so you're running two
100%.
businesses and she's still bringing in the cheddar? Like, what's the stratosphere of her job? Is she like a boss lady?
She does surgery.
Oh damn! Oh yeah, you gotta. Yeah, I guess I understand now.
Okay.
So you have a surgeon wife, and you're trying to make ends meet by doing anything you can.
Yes, but no, I would definitely like more appreciation on the day, but I also get it.
Well, what did you get? I gotta. We'll be the one to decide whether or not you should get more appreciation. Were there cards? Were there gifts? Was there any?
No.
How many kids you got?
One.
How old?
One and one on the way.
Okay. How old's the one that's here?
About to be two.
About to be two. So no. You're saying you didn't hear Happy Father's Day yesterday?
No, I had an awesome Father's Day.
No, I said, did you hear it? Did you hear the words Happy Father's Day?
Yes. Absolutely.
From your wife or your kid or both?
Both.
But no gifts?
Both. No gifts. No nothing.
What would you have liked?
Well, it started out, well, baby, what do you want to do for the day? Okay. And I kind of told her nothing, just kind of hang out, relax. But that quickly turned into, hey, your sister and dad's coming over for dinner, and we need to cook this, we need to do this, and we need to clean the house, and we need to do that. Okay.
So this sounds like there was an effort, and maybe your lack of direction, you wanted everything to be set up for you. You could have just said, I want to sit on my ass today and not do a goddamn thing. I definitely don't want to touch the grill or clean the house. And you might have gotten your way, but because you didn't speak up, you ended up grilling for the whole family. Yes,
100%. But I also appreciate everything that she does for me, and I don't. She does way more than I do, and
well, it sounds like everything's okay then. It sounds like you're sad because your wife makes way more money than you, not because you got done wrong on Father's Day.
Yeah, kind of.
Sorry. I mean, I wish I could.
We want to simp for you, bro.
I mean, that's the thing. To me, everybody has a different gauge on Father's Day. I think if you wake up and your wife says to you, "What do you want to do today? Happy Father's Day." Like, that's a pretty good start to the day. You haven't been totally. Your Father's Day has not been totally dismissed, and for that, I cannot qualify you as a sad dad of the day.
Pap explains it as on your birthday and Father's Day, and the same goes for Mother's Day and their birthday, you have Rajuni, which means anything you want goes. If you're like, hey, I don't want to cook today.
Yeah, I would
get it. But at the same time, if you're using it, you got to expect if you're abusing it, they're going to abuse it on their day. So.
I did find it very funny that on the Mike Calta Show Instagram story, he had a picture of you and did you see this? Of you and Pap Pap, and it has like a little bubble over the top of your head, and it says "New Spanish."
New Spanish? No, I did not see that yet.
Oh yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't tag me in it.
Yeah, I did think that was funny. I mean, not that it's true, but I just thought it was funny.
Right.
Yeah, there it is. Senning Show, Sad Dads Only Club. Who's this?
Am I on?
You're on. How sad was your day? How sad was your Father's Day?
Oh, my Father's Day sucked.
Oh, dude.
So,
please lay it on us.
And for starters, I didn't call because I want a prize or anything like that.
All right.
Well, you weren't getting one. So
This is a typical man.
Really
this is a typical man behavior right here. You're trying to put on a strong face. I'm tough. I don't want anything. Let us caress you. Let's fall into our gentle arms and let us make you feel better that your family didn't do right by you on Father's Day. Yeah, tell us what happened.
All right. Hey, John, by the way, I'm from Michigan, so
Hell yeah.
I think you'll get it.
Yeah, Midwest strong.
All right. My daughter's 26.
Okay.
I love her with all my heart. She, we were estranged. She bailed on me when she was 15.
Okay.
Because she didn't like my second wife.
Okay. So you brought it. Now, I have to ask real quick. Was your second wife your mistress? Did you cheat on her mommy with the second woman?
No, actually, my wife number one cheated on me.
Okay. Just needed to get that out of the way because then I could understand her resentment a little bit, but I'm riding with you. She left because you got a new woman. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
And all right. So, anyways, ended up getting divorced from number two. I tracked my daughter down at the time. She was in Kentucky. She was a mess. We started communicating. One thing led to another, and we got all reconciled.
Okay, you love to hear it. Then what happened on Father's Day?
That was when she was 17 when we reconciled.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
We had a great run for 5 years. It was absolutely fantastic. I was still living in Michigan. Going to and I'm sorry, I am a little emotional about all this.
It's okay. Dude. So you're safe here.
Yeah, safe with you and another million people listening.
Yeah. Don't pay any mind to them.
Yeah, it's just us, dog.
Anyways, I thought, life was pretty grand with her and I. I mean, we vacationed together. She told me everything. When she came out as what she likes to be called queer.
Okay.
I said to her, I have one question.
You can't say that word. Can't say that word.
So I just looked at her. I said, I've got one question. So when you walk down the aisle, do I still get to take you down the aisle? And she just started crying. Oh, daddy. And that was the kind of relationship we had.
Okay. What went wrong?
So last September, her and her girlfriend come down here. Yeah, I live in Sarasota area.
Okay.
They come down for Labor Day weekend, and I could sense tenseness. Couldn't really put my finger on it.
Okay. I'm
going to cut through all the details.
Yeah, please. Yeah, I don't want to rush you.
Skip to chapter 8 or 9.
Yeah, I get we're texting back and forth when she gets home. There was an issue with her luggage, blah, blah, blah. I get a text the day I sent her luggage back to her because
I gotta let you go. I gotta let you go. I felt that was the worst case scenario ever because I felt bad for the guy and I wanted to let him tell his story.
Yeah.
He cursed multiple times, and the first time I told him not to curse, he pretended like I didn't exist. So I would like to know what made him a manipulative piece of S to his daughter, but I just can't. You
can't take the cursing, bro. We're not trying to get hit with charges.
Well, the thing is that we can do a couple things. We can let you go long when we shouldn't let you go long, or we can let you curse a bunch. We can't let you do both.
Yeah,
you get one choice from the grab bag, and now I feel like I wasted roughly 4 minutes because I do not know why his queer daughter hates him.
Let's make up the ending.
Oh yeah,
you go first.
Well, it probably had something to do with what he did while they were visiting.
Okay.
Right? So he... But because manipulative, that's a strong word.
It is.
Like, so what did he do on that trip when they were here that made him manipulative? You think he tried to hit it with the girlfriend?
No, because he knows that's not happening.
Yeah, no.
Something manipulative. Some reason to draw her away from.
Oh.
And maybe he didn't mean to, but that's what she took it as.
Like he was trying to do something to put a wedge between her and her.
Yeah,
her
like maybe
girlfriend.
they went out and like some guys hit on her, and then he brought it up. It was
And
like,
he was like,
what
"Hey."
about those guys at the thing? They seemed into you, and he knew he was stirring the pot.
Yeah, see, this is one of those situations where, sir, this hurts me more than it hurts you, because now I'll never know, and all of these millions of people you spoke of, they're never going to know now either, just because you cursed and went on too long.
Hit me up at Dizzy Fermero on social. Tell me what you think the ending is.
Yeah, or Guy, find us and tell us the real ending, and then we'll communicate it to the world without curse words for you.
That's a good idea.
How about that? Senning Show. Sad dad, under 5 minutes, preferably. Who's
Please
this?
don't curse.
Hello.
Hey, who's this?
My name is Arthur.
Hey, Arthur, what's going on, buddy? Are you a sad dad? Did you have a bad Father's Day?
Oh, I'm a sad dad. It all comes from a bitter ex-wife.
Oh, no. So she keeps them from you?
Yes, we were together 10 years. We moved from Miami. Miami came up here. I ended up getting a good job. In Miami, we was together through homelessness and everything.
Oh,
we moved up here, we bought a house, and we was a family and everything. And she was a housewife; she never worked, and I made sure that she had everything. And I was a husband that just worked all the time, and in the weekend I come home and do stuff with my family. So she ended up getting catfished.
What? Wait, while she was with you?
Yes, but she was with me.
She was creeping.
And yes, she got catfished from this guy that said that he had a whole lot of money, and he actually was sending her checks, stolen checks, and everything. And she ended up getting in trouble with that. But I found out that she was going to leave me for this guy because she was chasing the money and everything. And she had a great life, but I ended up finding out and divorced her. And when I divorced her, I left her the house. I left her everything. I just wanted the peace of mind. And she ended up putting me on child support, even though I supported her and the family and everything. And she done, and she ran up and while I was working and everything, because I was giving her all the money and everything to pay the bills and stuff. She wasn't paying a mortgage for a whole year. That I found out, and then she did a lot of credit cards in my name to max them out. That I found out after the divorce.
Man,
she was getting you good, dog.
So what's the time frame here? Like, how long ago was that when she was robbing you blind to today?
For like a year and a half until I found out everything. For a year and a half, because she was doing a homestead exemption where she didn't have to pay the mortgage. So all the money I was sending her, she was cuffing it in her account. But the guy ended up taking all the money from her and screwing her over.
Oh no!
But I left her the house, left her everything and whatever.
Oh, she still got the stuff, dog.
Oh man! And how many kids you got?
You crazy?
Yes, I just wanted the giveaway. I just wanted I was like really like after that I was like my mind was crazy. I was actually suicidal and everything.
No.
But
God!
But I end up I'm doing better now.
Okay, good. You're
But
in the Tampa Bay area.
Yes.
Okay.
I stay in the Apollo Beach area.
Okay.
So what happened? My son, she knew that I love my son. My son is 10 years old,
okay,
and I do everything for him. And it's so much family stuff that we used to do together and everything, whatever. And because of what's going on, and she's so bitter, that she's telling him stuff.
Oh no!
And
she's turning him against you.
Yes, and yesterday, he gave, instead of him calling me, which I haven't seen him in about 4 weeks now, he sent me Happy Father's Day, and it wasn't even in a capital letter. It was
she couldn't even capitalize it.
Oh man!
Yes, and I'm telling you, like it crushed my heart. Even though
hey, Father's Day in lowercase.
Man,
the lowercase L and the lowercase D.
You wanna go see 3-6 Mafia and Bone Thugs?
You want a big D?
Oh, yes, I would love.
All right, I'm gonna put you on hold, dude. Here's what I learned.
That we should go back to calling the fast food people?
No. That there are a lot of sad dads out there, and they're actually really, really sad, and there might not be anything funny about it.
There isn't, but there's something they could do. Tune in Saturdays to Sad Weirdos. They got all the answers.
Dude, the sadness permeating through the fathers of 1025 The Bone is palpable and painful. And can't be described in less than 3 minutes.
It runs deep.
The phone lines are full, and
no caps, John.
I'm trying to look at the one that I feel like is going to be able to share their heartbreak in under 1 minute.
Hit me with number 3.
Sad Dad Hotline. Who's this?
Hey, what's going on, Brian?
Hey, Brian. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, guys? I don't know if I really qualify as a sad dad, but it was a disappointing day. I'll try to keep it under a minute for you.
Yeah. Like, give us a more domesticated one. Not my daughter disowned me because I'm a manipulative piece of S, or my wife got catfished and I got lowercase Father's Day. Give me something palpable and domesticated.
All right, so we'll give you something quick here. It's more of a story of contrast, I'd say, because on Mother's Day, we really went crazy. We did, tons of gifts. We did a whole big breakfast thing for all the mothers.
Oh, rightfully so.
Yeah, went hard.
Didn't have to do anything all day long. So that was pretty cool. I thought, I'm like, my day's coming around. It should be pretty sweet. And Thursday night, my air conditioning went out. So this Friday and Saturday, I spent a probably cumulative 6 hours in my attic, sweating my butt off. So I'm like, you know what? I'm looking forward to Sunday when I don't have to do a damn thing. And Sunday morning comes around, I hear my wife get out of bed. I'm like, sweet, here comes breakfast. And none of that. She just went out and took the dogs for a walk. I'm like, okay, maybe the exciting stuff's coming down. It wasn't. I got a T-shirt, Happy Father's Day, and that was about it.
Well, did you hear the other guy who all he got was a text in lowercase?
Oh, I did. Hey, that's why I'm leaving it up to you to decide. I told you I'm more of a disappointed dad than a sad dad. But anyway.
I appreciate the call. Thank you.
You probably got Father's Day in all caps.
I don't even know what to think anymore. I thought it was just a mild observation about dads feeling underappreciated on Father's Day. I didn't know it ran so deep. And the thing is, when it comes to all the men that are calling and all the men that are spilling their guts out, it's kind of funny, and we're making light of it. But I don't think that guys get an opportunity to properly
vent.
Yeah,
I told you Saturday.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably why they're soon to be syndicated, and people love it so much, is because there is something to be said for men are kind of trained to not really dwell on things like all I got was a T-shirt and all I got was a lowercase text message. So
listen, when that stuff happens, I just go, let's get real. And I tune in for the weekend.
What'd you get?
I got beads, not anal ones, not even the good ones.
Oh, geez.
Got this little bracelet thing.
That is pretty cool.
With a cute little message.
I like that.
And then Nicole gave me sex toy. She calls it vibrator for your knee. I go, you get me anal beads in the sex toy. Thank you.
Vibrator for your knee?
I got great gift. It's a massage.
Okay.
Looks like a power drill.
Those things are nice.
It hasn't came yet. It's supposed to come today. I am excited for
Yeah. What are they have a name. What's it called? It's like a real name, but either way, that's a good gift.
Yeah.
That's a damn fine working gift.
And the girls were with the away team.
Oh, they were.
So I got to chill for Father's Day, which was nice. I got to be honest. I think that's how my pops did it. For Father's Day, he's just like, I just want to chill, watch my games, not be bothered.
Get away.
I want to join in, cool, but don't mess up my vibe. That's kind of.
That's all they really want. A little appreciation and don't mess up my vibe.
And text me in all caps.
Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to dig into that thing. We haven't done it in a while. We've got a puff date for you. Things are getting a little weird in the Puffy trial. Jurors being kicked out. We'll work into the finer points and take a look at where things stand with Mr. Puffy. And I also have a couple other notes I want to get to. Vroom vrooming in Mexico City yesterday and potential proof that Bigfoot is real. All that and a bunch more coming your way on more Senning Show. I'm sorry to all the fathers out there who weren't treated right. You got leaky pipes, cold showers? Well, no problem. Hawkins Service Co. has plumbing deals that'll make your wallet smile. Right now, $250 off when you install a tank or tankless water heater, $100 off a water conditioning system, and we're waiving the service fee with any plumbing repair. If you need more, how about $49 off drain cleaning or $500 off a whole home repipe? But hurry, because these deals are going to flush away before you know it, and they've always got that 10% off the top if you're a first-time Bone listener using Hawkins. 813-445-8209 or HawkinsServiceCO.com.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com.
The bigger, better, faster summer event is on at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get deals on over 1,000 vehicles in stock during the Employee Pricing Plus event. Save up to $15,000 on new 2025 models, and your first 3 payments are on us. And don't forget to visit our website and enter for your chance to win a new Ram 1500. It's all happening at the #1 Ram dealer in the U.S., Jerry Ohm. Tampa is Ohm Country. Online at jerryohm.com. Call 1-800-840-0798 for complete details.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
And now, breaking news. You leaving me, your state-of-the-art 65-inch 4K smart television, for going out with friends and not staying in to watch TV. Sources confirm that is a terrible decision. Picture-in-picture mode. Do your friends have that? Can they simultaneously stream live sports and extreme baking shows? How about I make everything sepia? Whatever you want, I'll do it. Just don't put me on standby.
Don't listen to your TV. Head out with your friends and grab some ice-cold Heinekens. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
Yuck. It is getting hot fast, and you know what that means. Time to turn on your air conditioning, and trust me, you want to make sure your HVAC system is working perfectly before even more brutal heat hits. But if you need a new system and you didn't take advantage of Trane's rebate offers before, Climate Design has you covered. Get extended rebate offers now through the month of June and switch out that old, unreliable HVAC system with a brand new one. Earn rebates up to $1,300 off a new Trane system, and Climate Design will match it up to $2,600. Folks, that price cannot be beat in this Florida heat. Give Climate Design Home Services a call today and ask to speak to a comfort specialist. You'll have peace of mind knowing your AC is in top working order before you need it. That is reassurance you can feel good about. Visit climatedesign.com or call 727-295-1572.
Think you're not the suing type, but you weren't at fault. I'm Tampa injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Mom and Dad seemed different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
John Senning here for Furman Ford, Clearwater's big Ford store. Maybe you've been waiting, trying to figure out that perfect time to get a brand new truck or SUV. Well, let me tell you, that time is right now during the Ford Employee Pricing Sales Event. You might have seen it on the news. You might have heard your friends talking about it, not really knowing what it means. You are going to pay exactly what a Ford employee pays across a full line of trucks and SUVs. This unprecedented opportunity is giving you massive savings on some of America's best-selling vehicles. You need to make your plans now to go see Bob Murray and my friends at Furman Ford today. If you haven't laid your eyes on the brand new, big, beautiful showroom, it really does have to be seen to be believed. They're right on US 19 in Clearwater, and you can always check them out online at FurmanFord.com. Furman Ford, from America, for America. Make sure when you get in there, you let them know that John Senning sent you.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers 0% financing for 12 months on any Fence product. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Summer is here, and so is the Buffalo Shrimp Special at Hooters. 10 crispy shrimp tossed in your favorite sauce, served with fries, all at a special price. 11 locations in Tampa Bay. Go to originalhooters.com for one near you.
Your water may not be safe. Forever chemicals that stay in the body for years have been found in drinking water. Call Morgan & Morgan at 1-800-555-6666 or visit forthepeople.com/PFAS. Offices Orlando and throughout Florida.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Experience the summer of music with Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. You could win tickets to some of the biggest shows of the year, including Thomas Rhett, The Weeknd, Jason Aldean, or you could win one of dozens of Neutral prizes like coolers and hats. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Just visit any participating Circle K location in Florida and scan the QR code on the Neutral Summer of Music poster to enter.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah. Tampa.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You might know nothing, but at least you'll know that thing. Brought to you by Just Call Mo, Tampa's injury attorney. That thing. It's time for That Thing, right now on Senning Show.
1, 2, you know what to do.
Off of turn 15, NASCAR making history. Racing in Mexico City. And the first name on the trophy is Shane Van Gisbergen.
Hell yeah, buddy. You are such a badass.
Welcome back to Senning Show. I'm John Senning. He's Dizzy. 800-771-1025 at the John Senning, at Dizzy for Mayor on your social medias. They were down in Mexico City yesterday racing some NASCAR.
In your eyes, it gets me hypnotized.
Dude, I was trying to find the clip, and it's been deleted from almost everywhere. I'd sent it to myself, and the tweet I sent myself had been deleted. So this guy, Shane Van Gisbergen, who is from New Zealand, I think he's only won one other race ever in NASCAR. He won the race yesterday in Mexico City by almost a 17-second lead. Like, he absolutely annihilated everybody else. But the clip that I wanted to share, God, I really want to find the clip. I'm so sad, and it seems like NASCAR is trying to cover it up. During, his kind of acceptance speech after he won, so he was very, very sick. A bunch of guys that were in Mexico for the race got very, very sick, like the morning of. And when he was accepting his trophy at the end, he said he was leaking out of both holes. He said,
what do they call it? Montezuma's revenge?
Yeah, he said, and he speaks with a New Zealand accent. So he's like, I'm leaking out both holes. Some variation of that. But big NASCAR trying to cover up the fact that he was, in fact, leaking out of both holes. Can you imagine in your car, however hot it is, racing for 3+ hours while probably crapping your pants and puking?
Yeah, and you're afraid that any little or something like that's just going to spray.
Dude, I had never seen a NASCAR race where they did this. I think they started doing it a few years ago. So on some of the street courses, they'll race in the rain. So it started raining. So they go and they change their tires, the special tread tires, and they have windshield wipers and lights on the rear end. So they ran a good portion of that race yesterday in the rain, which was very interesting to see. But a lot of people were upset because now that this guy wins, that means he's automatically into the playoffs, and he's somebody who, has not done anything other than win this race. So it was very interesting.
Rules are rules, though.
I know, and I really wish that I could find the clip where he says he was leaking from both holes.
I was busy during the race, but near the end of the night, I was like, I need to get my vroom vroom in. So I put on the NASCAR show. I started watching.
Oh, you did? Some full speed.
Yeah,
damn. Do you start with the first season?
Yeah. Season 1, episode 1, because you said Denny Hamlin was the star, and he was. It's him, Bubba, and the guy who became a racer through the video game.
That's William Byron.
William Byron, yeah. So, I was getting tired, and I didn't want to fall asleep. Get my vroom vroom on, but it's interesting.
It is.
It's interesting.
It is the best way for anybody who has never been into NASCAR. If you've just thought to yourself, I don't have any interest, it's what got us into NASCAR. It's what definitely got Danielle into NASCAR, which boosted my fandom, obviously. I think with a sport like that, it's like you need to be invested. When you're watching them, you're not seeing their faces, you're not really seeing them, so you need to know what's up with these people to figure out who you want to root for, and I think it's great for that reason.
Yeah, it definitely got me more invested for sure. Like you're saying with the racers, I'm like, okay, now I could kind of get where all these guys are coming from. I like the Denny Hamlin, especially when he got out and he was like booed, and he's like, I love it. I love the boos.
He loves
bro.
it. He is.
Yeah, and he's like, I give 0 Fs what people think about me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna just go do my thing.
Dude,
I love it.
I found this guy's whole interview, but
drivers say, "Stop telling me to slow down." Was this maybe the best race car you've ever sat in?
Oh, it's certainly up there. I've been privileged to have some great ones in my time, but yeah, when I go slow, I just lose concentration. So I was just trying to stay in a rhythm and a routine, and Josh and Steven, they're doing a great job keeping me
leaking out both holes, mate.
Focused, and man, that was epic.
When we were hanging out this morning, you were texting your good friend,
his mate,
Max Verstappen.
2 croissants, please.
Yeah, I got this one. Screw it.
Is that an ad that just jumped in?
I can't find him saying he was leaking out both holes, but just know that he was. That's all that really matters. A little bit of drama in the courtroom when it comes to the Diddy case. A judge dismissed a juror in the sex trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs earlier today after concluding that his conflicting answers about where he lives might indicate he had an agenda or wanted to stay on the jury for a purpose. We touched on this, I think, when we had Mo in weeks ago. It's got to be so hard when you're picking a jury, especially one that's a high-level jury where you might have some malfeasance or people that have an agenda, because those people, if they were any good at what they were trying to do, they would know the answers to give so that they could get picked for the jury.
Yeah, it's a great point.
And I mean, it sounds like maybe that's what they're worried about here.
Yeah, when they're questioning me, knowing everything with Puff Daddy, when they're asking it, do you know this? I go, who?
No,
I act like I never knew that.
It is such a weird thing, and I think we should cherish and relish in the fact that our justice system has an element where the people get to go and ultimately decide whether someone is guilty or innocent. But at the same time, specifically in these high-profile cases, how you can be 100% sure that one or multiple people on this jury are not there on the behest of Diddy, or he's got some shadow system working to make sure that people end up on the jury that are sympathetic to him. So he made the ruling after rejecting arguments by Combs' attorney that would disrupt the diversity of the jury to replace the black man with a white juror. He's pled not guilty to sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges after a September arrest at the New York hotel, denied bail multiple times, and had remained incarcerated in a federal lockup in Brooklyn ever since. The thing is, I think the story with Diddy and just kind of how he's presented is the power that he wields. And I don't know that goes away just because you get in trouble. You know what I mean? When it comes to, is it within the realm of possibility that Diddy was trying to fix the jury or had things working on the inside?
Of course, any angle he can, yeah.
That would be like the least shocking thing ever if you found out that someone working for him or on his orders were doing certain things to the jury. He had first announced late Friday that he was dismissing the juror after questions arose whether he resided in New York or New Jersey most of the time. But multiple defense lawyers protested that the judge waited until Monday to announce his final decision. The judge said a review of the juror's answers to questions about his residency during jury selection, along with his subsequent responses to similar questions in the robing room, revealed clear inconsistencies, saying, taking all these together, the record raised serious concerns as to the juror's candor and whether he shaded answers to get on and stay on the jury, which seems like the least shocking thing ever, but maybe this is a good sign that they're constantly working at it to make sure these people are there for the actual right reasons.
And didn't he lie about his job as well? And did you mention that part?
No, I didn't mention it yet.
He didn't say that he was part of a corrections department.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big part of it. You're working alongside a lot of criminals and stuff like that. You could kind of I don't want to say sympathize, but you're in too deep.
Close.
Yeah.
You're too close to it. And it's very interesting. So when I went for my jury thing, there's a girl, and this was the most bizarre thing ever because she just ended up being everywhere. I won't say her name because maybe she doesn't want me to. But so we go into the jury selection, and this is the jury that I was on. And there's this one girl that they just targeted immediately. And it was because she worked for a defense attorney. She was She was potentially a juror, but she works for a defense attorney. So they start grilling her, grilling the hell out of her, without a shadow of a doubt. The most pointed, hard-hitting questions they hit any of us with was with this girl, and they were asking her what she thought of defense attorneys hiring private investigators and things like that.
Because they want to see if she has a bias.
Right.
Okay.
Well, here's the funny thing about it. So after that happens, they boot her out of there. I see her shortly thereafter. I find out she works in this building. The defense attorney that she works for is on the second floor of this building.
Oh.
So she works here. So we're like, oh, my God, we work in the same building. That's so crazy. And then 2 days later, I'm walking my dog outside, and there she is in my neighborhood. And
I know her. I don't know her, but she said she came to the ticket drop for us.
Oh,
and stuff.
You did meet her. So yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know her job was that.
Yeah.
I didn't know he runs that deep.
Yeah, so it was we were on jury. We were on the jury selection together. She works in this building. She lives in my neighborhood. I actually saw her at the Ruck Walk as well. She's very very nice lady.
Yeah.
And it just a prime example of a lot of jury selection. They don't want anybody that could be in a position remotely close to the justice system or anything like it. So
I'm surprised that they went with you as well. With someone who for a living does this kind of stuff where they talk controversy and blah, blah, blah.
And here's the thing. I wouldn't say that I was going balls, deep to get out of it.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do it really. I didn't like the idea of being out of work and being away for all those days. So I had sent ahead a note, which you could do. And I said, hey, I'm a part of the local media. I wasn't sure if that would automatically disqualify me.
Yeah.
But, so then when we got to that point, they asked me what I did, and I told them, and they asked in detail, what do you talk about? What's the show about? And I said, it's about everything. It's about everything local related, anything pertaining to news.
My personal life.
Yeah, all of that. And I thought for sure that was going to be enough, and it was not. It was not enough. They They still had me, and which was even crazier because after I did it, I went on the air. That next day I came back, and a lot of the attorneys were listening from the trial and reached out to me. They reached out to me and not only just say, hey, they reached out and said, we can't tell you how invaluable like the information you gave about your experience is for attorneys. Like we're always looking to know more about the jury experience, and for you to like go long form and talk about the details of what you experienced, like attorneys on both sides are so grateful that you did that, which I found to be very interesting because in the back of my head I'm thinking, well, they probably don't appreciate that I'm telling every single detail of what went on. But it turns out they don't get a lot of that information often, and they enjoyed it. So I wonder if you enter now a pool of people that can be reused more frequently or quicker. I hope so. I mean, I have heard that if you are on a jury and you reach a verdict, you will at least be more likely to be considered again. Yeah. Not that they're going to automatically pick you. There was because didn't Mo think say that there's a cool down period. It's at least a year or two, right? Is it that long? Well, because didn't we find out because we thought it was 3, and then we're like, well, Drew is on one now. Yeah, Drew went back, but he didn't end up getting called. Less than that. Yeah, it was less than that. But he also reached a verdict not that long ago either. So, and they called him to do, he became a speaker. He went and spoke to, so they liked what he had to offer too. Very, very interesting to be on a jury at all. Let's see what this person wants. Senning Show, you're on the air. Who's this?
Hey, it's Tony. I just want to let you know I found you on both holes.
Hey,
tagged you on Twitter.
We'd like to be in as many holes as we can. What's going on, buddy?
Not a whole lot.
Did you say you're just listening?
No. I said I was calling to let you know I found the clip, but I tagged you and Dizzy on Twitter.
Oh, you did? Oh, thank God, dude! I love that we just have a whole army of field producers out there. You're a sweet, sweet man, Flash Junkie. I love you. You doing all right? How you been?
Doing good. I was actually supposed to have jury duty today, but I called the number last night. My services were not needed, so just sitting at the home with the kids.
Dude, I love it.
You're in the Diddy trial? You got sent home? You're a black man? I never knew that.
A lot of people don't know that.
Too much investment in the lube.
Yeah. Love you, buddy. Thanks for checking in.
Hey,
oh, good. We get to come first full circle in this segment and play this.
I felt pretty rubbish today, leaking out both holes. That wasn't fun. I felt pretty rubbish today, leaking out both holes. That wasn't.
Out of all the different ways that you could say that would be appropriate or at least less descriptive, leaking out both holes.
I felt pretty rubbish today, leaking out both holes.
Can I tell you something funny? Right when we were coming back, I found out that the tweet that I had sent myself was dead and had been deleted. So I just typed into the search on Twitter, leaking out both holes.
And that's what popped up?
No. What popped up was nothing but very graphic, intense porn.
Oh.
I felt pretty rubbish today, leaking out both holes. That wasn't fun. But
I don't know how you could not only race, but race well when you are,
leaking out both holes. That wasn't fun.
Imagine the beach bash comes up and you have to deal with something like this.
And I'm leaking out both holes.
You leaking out both holes?
Dude, I just tape it up or something. I don't know what I do.
Tape it up?
I don't know. You have to do. So you have to get some spandex. You have to get adult diapers or something.
Yeah, you got to get some Depends.
Just ride it out. I will say, shout out to Jess on Twitter at JWA Part 2. We were talking about the race in Mexico City on Friday, and she straight up called the winner. So yeah.
Oh, that's what's
on Friday, and then immediately when the race was over, she reminded me and said, "Haha, look at that, I did it." So she knows her street racing, and make sure I get that SVG credit. And
yeah,
got it.
Well, she's definitely involved in the racing. She is F1 mostly. I think.
She seems to be very connected with lots of different circles.
Oh yeah.
Do not go anywhere. We'll come back. I'll pay off on the is Bigfoot real? And the thing is, let me set it up a little bit. Out of all the reasons people tell me that Bigfoot is not real, one of the interesting things is, they have all these reality TV shows where they go out into the woods. So whether it be Naked and Afraid, Alone, these survival shows where they just drop people off in the remote parts of our world. At this point, I'm thinking, how have none of these people run into a Bigfoot?
Great point. Didn't think of that.
Well, that question has been answered. I've got that real quick, and then also a great list of the states with the worst tippers. We'll run through it and a bunch more coming up next on more Senning Show.
Where all of the walls are continually change, and I've done all I can to stand on.
Hurricane hurricane season is upon us, and you know what that means. You've got to get new windows. You want to protect yourself with windows from Reese Windows. They've been installing quality windows for over 50 years. They're affordable, energy efficient, and come with a double lifetime warranty. This local family-owned company has been doing right by the people in Tampa Bay for a long, long time. That double lifetime warranty, it's going to transfer to the new owner of your home, which is going to increase your home's value. Plus, Reese installs windows in just 6 to 8 weeks. And if you're ready for a free quote, text TRUST to 20129 for your chance to win $15,000 in free windows. Protect your home with Reese Windows today.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Breaking summer news. All the rooms at the Sky Beach Resort for the Bone Summer Beach Bash are completely sold out. But good news, you can still come out and party for free. Neutral presents the Bone Summer Beach Bash. An entire weekend of awesome events and hanging out with all your favorite people from the Bone. Plus, it's absolutely free to get in. It's all happening July 18th through the 20th at the beautiful Sky Beach Resort in St. Pete, a bayfront oasis with a private beach at the southernmost tip of St. Petersburg in the Skyway District. No matter what you do, don't miss the Bone Summer Beach Bash, presented by Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw summer.
Car accident? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Looking to upgrade your yard? Fence Outlet specializes in stunning new fence installations at competitive prices. Don't just fence in your yard, transform it. Quality fences that add style, privacy, and an upgrade to every home. Go to fenceoutlet.com to book your free estimate. License number C10252 and C10803.
Are you ready to elevate your social game? This is John Senning here for Cava Social Club in downtown Bradenton, your go-to spot for fun and relaxation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is not just any hangout. It's a community social club with incredible weekly events on Wednesday, karaoke night, where you can unleash that inner rock star. On Thursday, test your knowledge with trivia night, great questions, great prizes, and even better company. You need some relaxation? Well, treat yourself on any one of their many massage nights and let your stress just melt away. Showcase your talents at open mic night or strategize with fellow enthusiasts with the ever-popular Sunday Chess Club. The night market is a must-visit with local vendors, delicious food, and handcrafted goodies that are sure to make it a night to remember. Dive into the amazing events going on at Cava Social Club today and visit them online at thecavasocialclub.com and on social media at Cava Social Club. Cava Social Club, where your vibe attracts your tribe. Boola, baby!
Hey, Bay Area, Randy here for Sun Toyota. We've got nearly 1,000 RAV4s, Tundras, Tacomas, Camrys, and Corollas in stock now. Drive select new models with smoking hot prices and low leases available. Plus, get a free grill or smoker during Father's Day weekend when you purchase a new Toyota. Because when you make it Sun Toyota, we make it happen.
Sun, Toyota.
Call 800-639-3367 for more details.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hey, it's John Senning here for Reese Windows. Hurricane season is upon us, so do not wait to upgrade your home with Hurricane Impact Windows. Reese Windows has been installing quality windows for over 50 years. These windows are made in America, and Reese is a family-owned business. Plus, Reese installs most windows in just 6 to 8 weeks. For a free quote, text TRUST to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129. Protect your home today with Reese Windows.
At Bernetti PA, if you've been injured in an accident, we make it quick, easy, and convenient to hire us. You can rest assured that somebody is on your side. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MEGA to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MEGA for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MEGA for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
There's a lot of great things happening in June at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. A $20,000 blackjack tournament, a $150,000 bonus time slot tournament. You could win a 2025 Mercedes CLE 300 in a drawing and $150,000 hot seat power winners. And new Unity members by Hard Rock receive a limited time t-shirt and up to $200 on us. Gambling, great restaurants like Suppresso and Council Oak, the Rez, and the Hard Rock Cafe. Stop in at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino and tell them Mike Calta sent you.
Your water may not be safe. Forever chemicals that stay in the body for years have been found in drinking water, linked to kidney cancer, testicular cancer, and ulcerative colitis. If you or a loved one was diagnosed, you may be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan is investigating these claims now. There's no cost to get started and no fee unless we win. Call 1-800-555-6666 or visit forthepeople.com/PFAS. Offices Orlando and throughout Florida.
Raise a Big Daddy mug this summer at Hooters. Bud and Bud Light Big Daddies for just $6 or Mick Ultra for $6.50. Big beers, better deals. Only at Hooters. 11 locations in Tampa Bay. Go to originalhooters.com for one near you.
Slightly Stupid is back on the road. Step into the Sun Summer Tour 2025. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., the Baycare Sound. With special guests, Iration and Little Stranger. On sale now at thebaycaresound.com. Don't miss the party of the summer with Slightly Stupid, presented by Smoke Flower, a Ruth Eckerd Hall experience.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore, and every Viking voyage is all-inclusive with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Senning Show with your host, John Senning.
All right. We got to throw everything out. Dizzy, are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So during that last commercial break, it's people know it. I say it. I wear it as a badge of honor. I am a fecal phobic man. So maybe something like this would affect me a little worse than other people. But I wanted Dizzy, as a man who's a little more adjusted to the world, to go down to the bathroom and report live to us. Dizzy, have you opened the door to the first stall yet?
No, and I'm worried because
please open
there's
that.
a pungent smell going around in
Please
here.
open that first door. Please open that first door stall.
Oh.
Okay. I didn't know it was going to be that bad. But when I tell you that one of the most egregious, disgusting scenes I've ever witnessed inside a bathroom has unfolded inside the men's CMG bathroom, I'm not speaking with hyperbole. I'm not just saying that to ramp things up for the radio. I would personally like to find the security footage for whoever went into that bathroom and made the decision in their life to ultimately not flush the toilet after what they did. I would like them to be fired. I 100%, with 100% seriousness, don't think that person should be able to be employed here at CMG Tampa. Based on the reaction of my dear friend Dizzy, I don't even know if he's going to be able to come back to the show after what he witnessed. And honestly, I don't even want to do the show anymore. It was such a scene that I don't want to do this anymore. I don't even know if I want to do anything anymore today. Like it is taken away my zeal for life. This might be Dizzy calling back. Senning Show.
Hey, John, it's Seth. How's it going?
Hey, Seth, what's up, buddy? Hold on, hang tight. I want to talk to you, but just hang tight. Dizzy's back in the studio, and all right. I'm not glad that you had that reaction, but what I'm saying in here is that person must be fired.
I almost puked.
Dude, I can see it in your eyes.
I almost puked. I was coughing.
Dude,
in there.
I can seriously see it in your face that you are unwell. That person needs to be fired.
Yes, 100%. 100%. How do you leave there just like that? You just get up and go, done here. That's insane. It was like, I don't know if, did you hear me?
Oh, I heard
had
a
to
little
hang
bit,
up
yeah,
because I was like, I'm just gagging.
Yeah.
I got that feeling in your mouth where you're just watering up and it's like, we're going to puke.
Yeah, hold on. I got to make a call. We're calling the big boss in the building. We're calling our biggest boss in the building. We need results here. There's only one thing. Sometimes you can't just talk about it. Sometimes you got to be about it. And this is one of those situations where I feel like we have to take a stand.
Whew, that was a lot,
dude. Yeah, I'm sorry I made you do that, but it wouldn't have had the same gravitas if you hadn't. He's not going to answer. He's probably at an important meeting.
What if it was him?
Dude, no way, dude. No way.
No, I know it was.
Your call has been.
I think I know who it is.
Oh, you think you know who it is? You're ready to drop names? But the thing is here's the insane thing about that. The absolutely insane thing about it. And take a deep breath. The toilets flush themselves 99% of the time.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's an excuse as why they didn't.
But regardless,
oh man, I'm starting to have PTSD.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think back to it.
I don't want to describe what I saw.
But if you had to.
But if I had to.
I mean, with kid gloves. It was just savagery. It looked like a prank.
The best way I could describe it is there were 3 different levels of poop. It was the both ends.
Yeah.
The solid.
Okay. It's just, we have a limited amount of people that work in this office. Like, this is not a huge, we don't have hundreds and hundreds of people. Some days you may only have 5 or 10 people in the office. Like, the fact that this has happened at what should be considered an upstanding office here in the Tampa Bay area, we need change. We need action. And I don't think it's too crazy to think that somebody should be losing their job over this.
Yeah. That's how you feel about our workplace? You're just going to leave it like that?
If you can't, I mean, because then.
Like a trucker stop?
Then, dude, I would guarantee at this exact moment, there are truck stops that are far more pristine than the CMG Tampa bathroom.
If that's what we're doing, let's just make glory holes too.
Dude,
That's the scene we want to make.
If we're gonna go all the way, we're gonna go all the way.
Lean into it. That's disgusting.
Who else could I call? Should I call John?
John Brennan?
Yeah, I'm just gonna call I'm just gonna call the high ranking.
We got to work our way down. We called Meter, no answer. Brennan, probably no answer.
JoJo. Well, the thing is, what I'm really trying to do is I'm hoping that John will go in there. Like, we need more people because you can't understand it until you see it.
Got to say.
Yeah.
Someone went in there, was expecting a bigger reaction.
From them?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Hello.
Hey, is this John Brennan?
This is John Brennan.
How you doing? This is John Senning and Dizzy with Senning Show.
Hi, John Senning and Dizzy. Yep.
Hey,
hello. I'm a
like
big fan.
Thank you. We'd like to make a report, an in building report, and we thought we'd start with you as our direct supervisor.
Sure.
Are you in the building?
What do you got? I am.
All right.
I'm in my office. You want me to come in?
Do you think that whoever you saw in there handled it, or as far as you know, Diz, is it still there?
It's still there.
So this may sound odd, but we were wondering if you could go into the men's bathroom and take a look in the first stall while live on the radio.
Ooh.
Is there any
okay. Yeah, sure.
All right. Because
does it smell like weed in there really bad?
Nope.
I've gotten complaints about that recently.
Trust me, that's the least of your concerns. You'll be hoping for a hookah packed with weed in the center of the building by the time you see what one of our coworkers did here today.
Okay.
So you
gosh.
honestly, John, you may start smoking weed yourself after you see this. It's it's just something I wanted to.
No! Is it like a Jackson Pollock?
I don't know what that means, but if that's bad, then yes. Because I just
like he's an abstract artist that his art is very spatter looking.
Yeah, it's just it's discomforting.
Ooh.
It's disconcerting. It's upsetting. Are you there?
All right. Yeah, I'm heading there right now.
All
and
right.
I was just making sure the cleaning lady wasn't there.
Yeah.
No, she's definitely not there.
Probably not.
No, trust me. She wasn't there before I was there.
She probably quit.
Yeah, honestly, I would expect a full resignation from all cleaning crews on the third floor. Because I just want to I want to make sure we're not overreacting.
Okay. Oh my. Yeah.
That's a problem, right?
I mean, it's not splattered, but it's definitely like clogged. And what's in it? It looks like there's something in there. Like in the sample, there's something in the sample.
Yeah, okay, I didn't want to. It took all this time for us to not get to that, but that was ultimately the first thing I noticed as well. Is there seemed to be a foreign object in the sample. So just to touch base with you real quick, who shall I place a formal complaint with? Is this a JoJo thing, or do I go right to you or Jason Meter? I would like to see this person fired by day's end.
Well, real quick, has anyone tried flushing?
No.
Are you going to try?
Well, first of all, I needed to notify.
I was going to ask if you wanted me to. Try right now.
Give it a go. I mean, give it a go. Let's see.
Right.
Let's see what happens.
Oh no! What if you
I mean, that's a logical thing to do, right?
What if
This is A+ radio, by the way.
Dude, step back.
We're not literally in the toilet.
Step back.
Right
Step
now.
back quickly after you flush it.
Okay, I'm watching it. Okay, bigger problem.
It's overflowing.
No. Bigger problem is it went down totally fine.
Yeah, that is a problem.
That's worse.
That is worse.
It is much worse. It is much worse. So, do you feel like we have a case on our hands? Can we get with engineering to check the tape?
I do. Yes, I do. I think you should check the tape. There's obviously something. I don't know. It's just at least it's inconsiderate because that went down totally. I thought for sure like it was going to bubble up, and I was like, okay, now I feel bad because somebody thought they flushed and they didn't. But yes, clearly someone was waiting for someone to find that, and they wanted it to happen.
Now I do just have to. I got a question coming in on Twitter. How do we know it wasn't John Brennan? Would you like to defend yourself or?
Look, I'm a manual flusher. Especially in public.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I overflush. So it's like I would not be counting on my body hitting the sensor for a flush. I would manually do it probably multiple times.
All right. Well, I look forward on following up with you and the ramifications for the person who did this to us in our radio community. But thank you for helping us through this difficult time.
Now, if it was on the first floor of this building, you'd have a case. But I don't. You know what? Where I eat.
No. Oh, yes. I respect that. A lot of the high-ranking officials leave the third floor and go to a safer place. So I'll be putting together a lineup of suspects. I'll see if we can look at the tape, and I hope this person will be eliminated by weekend.
Okay, good. Me too.
All right.
Good luck, and whatever I can do to help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Got to say, Drew did not react the way I thought he was going to react. I'm not saying it was him because I have my suspicions, but I was expecting a bigger reaction.
Did he go look at it?
I literally came out, and then he's like, "Oh, what up, Disney?" He was like in the kitchen area, and I was like, "You got to come to the bathroom and see this." He's like, "What?" And he goes in, and he just goes, "Oh, that's unfortunate." He left. I go, "That's it."
It was him, wasn't it?
I
mean, I hate to throw my boy under the bus, but
I will say this: the first stall, I never use at all.
Right.
Even if I had to, I'm going handicap
You're
style.
going deep, yeah.
Should we call in some people that we think maybe? Because I got a prime suspect. Do you want me to say now, or do you have one?
The problem is well, you tell me yours first.
I'm not going to say his name.
Okay. Yes, and that is the problem is that not everybody who's on the suspect list might find it entertaining that we want to call them out publicly.
That's the thing. Yeah,
so I will say this. I will say this, and I'm not trying to lead the jury or anything. I will say, and I don't know if we're going to get him to be able to talk about it at all on the air, but I know that Drew at least has something pertaining to his digestive system that he's going to talk about today on the show.
Oh,
so I'm not saying that I've got witnesses, but I'll tell you, I heard that before I even came in here today. So he's on the list.
He is the first stall guy.
But the other thing is, too, I don't know if you've noticed this, and I would hate to think this, there have been people working in the building. Have you noticed that?
Oh, you think they just dropped it? I'm going to add another suspect. Someone didn't get celebrated for their achievements. Might be a final FU.
Wait, you think St. Pete Sam went into the men's bathroom?
You said it.
Dude, there's no way that came out of a female. I'm just going to say it.
Imagine she had to push out a baby, then that. Oh, my God. You'd take the baby after that. But like, can I just have another baby?
And John's observation, as disgusting as it was really the only thing that I could think about because there was something wrong. There was something wrong going on there. So first of all, that person needs to be fired. They need to be unemployed today. And they also need to go to a doctor.
They need to go to that place that gets scanned here.
What is that? I
don't know. They don't
the body scan.
Yeah. Martine's place.
Yeah, Martine's body scan. Go find out what's really lurking inside those guts. I'm shook. Senning Show, you're on the air.
Yes, it was me.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you just got rid of the evidence. You just flushed it.
Yeah, that is.
Pictures or something.
It did strike me that maybe we should have collected a sample and done a DNA test on it. But I wasn't going to be the one to do that. So
I'm not even full time. Ain't no way.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, John, he flushed it pretty quick. So I think he was trying to get rid of the evidence.
Oh, that's a great.
Mr. I flush all the time manually.
Yeah. That is the thing. He was kind of defensive.
Do you think John's actually hitting manual flushers all across America and the world when he's done?
All across America.
Yeah. Do you know how disgusting those things are?
I will say John Brennan strikes me as a very, very clean man. Like he's very, but unless it was just a savage prank that he never would have thought in a million years I would have taken to the air, and he just wanted to secretly get back at the men that work in this building.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you start thinking about it. You know, you got the Mike Oliveros of the world. You got the Corey Cardinals of the world.
They're here all day.
You got the dude. It had the. God, what have I become? It struck me as a working man. So I'm gonna lean.
That's
towards,
a hardy one right there.
I'm gonna lean towards an engineer. I'm going to lean towards somebody who was doing work on the, on the building.
Yeah.
Down into that didn't come from someone in sales, I don't think.
We do have a lot of new salespeople.
Yeah, there are, and some of them are like big, hot young studs too.
Yeah.
Probably drink lots of protein and do God knows what all weekend long. They're partying and putting all sorts of weird things in their body.
Monday,
yeah.
I will say the thing that cleared it for me with John Brennan is when he flushed, he said, oh, bad news. It went down right away in the sense that, like, this could have been an easy fix. That's how I know it's not John Brennan, that he was too ashamed that someone could have just flushed this.
Well, now I feel like you're simping for John Brennan, so I feel like you have a hand in this.
In that?
Well, maybe you're either covering for him.
Bro, that's twice my body weight.
That is true. That is
no way.
That was physically impossible.
If that came out of me, I would look Punch-Out Dizzy Slim if that was me.
Senning Show, you're on the air.
You guys should do one of those posts where we can vote. I think it was either Johnny B or Ian Bagels.
Now, Ian was not in the building today.
What?
But
Call my
Johnny,
man Ian Bagels.
But Johnny was.
Johnny was.
But that also then means that's been there for a bit. Which means it was not reported or anything. Or no other good Samaritan along the way stopped in to do the right thing. So, I mean, I don't want to immediately throw Johnny under the bus, just, but
yeah.
He's a suspect. Senning Show, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Okay, I wasn't going to do this, but since you brought it up, I was in the Navy for a few years, and I used to do this thing on my ship where
with a P.
I would leave a mystery.
Okay.
Yep. And I would put a posting on the wall, don't flush, waiting for a world record measurement.
You and people like you are the problem. There is someone like you in this building. There is someone at least somewhat like you in this building, and it brings me no joy. I think we have to move on. But
how did you find it?
The door was open.
Yeah, but what made you look in there?
I just like turned my head.
Seems kind of weird.
Oh, wait. You think that I did that? And then I immediately ran back here and told you to... Dude, if you think that is true, then you do not know me. Because it was too alarming and too disgusting for me to not say something about because it's haunting my soul. But if you think that I perpetrated a whole let's talk about that,
do you pee in stalls? Is that why?
I do.
Oh, okay. That's what was my confusion. It's like, why are you in the stalls?
Yeah, well, I didn't. I will tell you, I was not going to. So that wasn't like I will. I'm not afraid. If there's anybody at a single urinal, I'll go into there. The door was open, dude. It was a showstopper, dude. It was. I smelled what you smelled when I walked in, and then that door was open, and you didn't have to look too hard to realize that something was terribly wrong.
Yes, when I went in there and you had me on hold, it immediately hit
struck
me.
you.
I'm like, I already know where this is going, and when you. I want to relive it.
Yeah, I don't want you to relive it. One more call, and then we're going to talk about Bigfoot, something serious. Senning Show, you're live.
Hey, Senning, I think it was you, and you sent Dizzy in there to do this for a bit.
This was a Dizzy Does It.
Thank you.
This was a Dizzy Does It the whole time.
I will tell you, I appreciate it, and for the sake of the intrigue, I love a red herring. I love a sexy theory when it comes to a crime. Anybody who thinks that I did that does not know me to my core, because it pains me greatly that we even did this. But I knew that we had to for the sake of humanity and for the well-being of this building.
I got to be honest. I'm going to confront the guy. When I see him next, I go, really, dog? I had to go in there. Dude, John Brennan had to flush it.
Dude, if he admits to it, that'll be something. I don't think you can admit that. I don't think you can come back from that.
How do you lie about that? Because we could check the tapes. And I'll tell you this right now.
I bet you that's like John said that's probably some sort of violation of like a HIPAA law or something, right?
What?
Like it's a bodily function. Like everybody, like it's not technically.
We're not shaming them for going and doing that work. It's for not flushing.
I know, but yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Dom.
Let's text Dom. Well, actually, you know what? Mo would actually give us an answer right away.
Yeah, Mo, I think he might be in Mexico.
This is worth the stop. He will definitely respond back.
Hold on.
Because we need to know before we go check the tapes.
Let me, okay, hold on. I'm going to call
Is Mike Cernak in? Because he will absolutely pull the tapes.
I'm just going to, hold on. Got a lot of special guests this segment.
I wonder if I have the number to who I think it is, and I could text him and be like, was that you, dog?
Oh, jeez. We're trying to get Just Call Mo DeWitt on the line. He said he was going to Mexico this week, so I don't think he's going to answer, but it would be good to get the opinion of a lawyer before we move forward. Find out if this is protected under some sort of law. I don't know if it's going to be. Oh, yeah, he's ringing.
Here we go.
Dude, better luck with our bosses and legal representation than we have with fast food establishments. He also probably gets weird numbers calling him all the time.
Hi, you reached the voice.
That's too bad. I've been teasing this for a minute now, so I'm going to play it. We'll get to the tips or the states that are the worst tippers in just a minute. But I feel like I've been waiting for this moment my entire life now. What is your belief about the reality TV show Naked and Afraid? Like just your general belief on its realness. Like, do you think that, because a lot of people, I think years ago, were saying that these people aren't as out there as they say, and a lot of them are close to cities, and there's other people there checking on them all the time. This would be entering a new territory of fakeness and fraudness if what I'm about to play for you is completely fake. Do you have any thoughts on the show Naked and Afraid?
Yeah, so very first few seasons of Survivor, up to maybe like 3 or 4, I think, that was maybe 35% real. Now it's like 10. I would say Naked and Afraid is probably 60 to 70. I'm sure.
Percent real.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure they're definitely sending them out, but there's a lot of legal things that they have to tiptoe around where, like, well, we can't just make them go catch parasites, even though they do. We have to check them every day and this and that. I don't think they give them food. I think I think it's for majority real.
So do you believe that they would completely falsify a giant Bigfoot nest and then have professionals come in as nothing more than a ruse and lie about what that nest was? Does that seem like it's something that would happen on Naked and Afraid?
It seems weird that on a show like that tries to stay grounded and be like, these are real people really surviving, blah, blah, blah. Also, there's a Bigfoot nest. Well, that seems weird.
So I don't know why this wasn't a bigger story. The dumbest Bigfoot news will become like a story on the New York Post. Remember there was that story from a few weeks ago about the father and son that saw Bigfoot up in Michigan somewhere, and there was no video, there was nothing to it, but it just was one of those stories that caught a bunch of fire. There was a big one in Colorado that people saw on a train last year, and it just becomes an easy clickbait type story. This did not hit anywhere, and from what I understand, this was 2 weeks ago, and I have to thank my father-in-law for cluing me into this because I found the clip. It was on, they're doing a Naked and Afraid Legends edition, so I guess it's nothing but the best of the best from Naked and Afraid, and I believe they're in Australia. And these two people who I've seen on previous Naked and Afraids, they're out foraging for different, berries and things like that. And they happen upon a giant, what can only be described as a 6 to 7 foot nest made with what looks like almost kind of the same, like all type of pine needles. So I wanted to play a little bit of the audio, and it really gets juicy at the end when they're visited by somebody who wanted to come and talk to them about what they found.
It's that creepy alien.
Can't be an idiot. Grab that nest.
It's walking on the ground. It mowed all this down right here. It's been doing it for years, it looks like. Wow. You haven't seen something like that either?
Never. Some kind of bird.
A regular bird would have a lot of feathers, I would imagine. And it is massive. Like end of days bird. That bird could carry you away.
A pterodactyl, for sure, right?
Well, it has to be a thunderbird.
So they then go back to the camp and they start telling their campmates what they saw.
Don't like anything? It's weird. Like if it's a bird, you think it'd be a bird feather.
Totally. Huh.
News of Laura and Matt's nest discovery has raised concerns, and the local Australian bushmen insist on speaking to their camp.
Guys,
What?
that nest, don't say a word about it.
Why?
Because it's a primate.
It's a primate.
What?
Don't say a word.
Don't talk about it. Don't tell anyone.
Didn't happen.
Okay. Come on.
We've seen similar nests before, further north, and we had scientists and they were all in agreement it was a primate's nest. And I was there.
I was there.
It's a Bigfoot nest?
Both ends.
Something like that.
According to Australian folklore, the Yowie is an ape-like mythical creature and the Outback's version of Bigfoot. To indigenous tribes, the Yowie represents a powerful spirit, embodying both strength and danger.
It's one of those things where I've waited for this moment that one of these reality shows was going to happen upon something or something cool would happen. But watching this, I can't help but feel like this is all set up.
Oh yeah.
Does it give you the vibes of just being completely fake? The first thing, they show up and they say, "Don't tell anybody."
Yes.
But all of this footage of them telling them not to tell anybody is now on the episode.
And not even just that, they double down, be like, well, in Australia, like they give you a whole
give
background
you the details
on it. So,
of it as well. So I don't know if that's a jump the shark type moment, but it's just very, very interesting that in a show that I feel like has almost been trying to prove its legitimacy forever, with people saying, they're not really out there that long, they're not really doing what you say what they're doing, to tie in a bizarre, we found a Bigfoot's nest, I thought was very interesting. And the structure that they found, super, super weird, but also everything about the production people and the local bushmen coming to tell them not to talk about it. To me, it felt very fake in a place that I was really hoping it wouldn't be fake.
Yes, at first I was like, all right, I'll benefit of the doubt, and then, yeah, they definitely outed themselves. Like,
it also feels like, let's just say it was legit. Going back to my earlier point, it feels like something that would have caught a little bit of traction. Like if this major production of one of the most popular survival shows happened upon a Bigfoot's nest, it just feels like something that would have trickled into other forms of news. I think.
Because I even typed in "naked and afraid Bigfoot," and there wasn't like news blurbs where it's like about it. So
you can find the one story, and that's about it. So let's step aside for a moment. When we come back, we will get to the list of the worst and best tippers in the United States of America. I also have a little tidbit on a guy named the Sperminator, and he's retiring. What is he retiring from? You'll have to keep it tuned to find out. Again, to whoever did what they did in our building, we're coming for you. Justice will be served.
Also, see a doctor. Whatever you got going on.
Immediately. Dude, seriously, rather than call the police, we need to call 911. We got someone sick in the building.
Foreign object.
Yeah. We need an on-site colonoscopy ASAP. The time is now to go solar with Solar Bear. The average Solar Bear customer is saving over $2,000 a year by switching to solar. Solar Bear is a local company, not one of these worldwide conglomerates. A lot of those people knocking on your door all the time. They've been in business for over 10 years and served over 10,000 satisfied customers with a 4.7-star Google rating and over 1,300 reviews. That's how they got to be the #1 solar installer in the state of Florida. Hurricane season is here, so prepare in all the ways you possibly can with that backup power source with Solar Bear. You'll be covered. You won't have to worry about a generator. And if you sign up right now, your first 12 months completely free. The power bill goes way down. No payments for 12 months. That is a real thing. You do the math. You'll be saving major money. Do with it what you like. Call today for a free estimate or visit them online at solarbear.com.
They will pass. We'll find a woman. You'll find love.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
It's more than just a fence. It protects your future gardener.
Mom, look at my tomato.
Wow. Your future Olympian. And your future best in show. Get your free quote today for all the future brings at fenceoutlet.com.
Find your path at Hillsborough Community College. HCC offers affordable, flexible options for earning an associate degree or certificate. Our dynamic learning environment offers expert faculty and engaging student life, and our convenient class schedules fit your schedule. Then seamlessly transfer to a four-year university or start your career right away. At HCC, we'll get you there. Register now at hccfl.edu.
The accident wasn't your fault, so why should you be burdened with the medical bills? This is Tampa injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Don't get overwhelmed by mounting medical bills. I'll fight to ensure that the responsible party pays what you're owed. Injured on the go? Don't wait. Visit justcallmo.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
John Senning here. Are you ready to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Well, pick up your phone right now and text the word TRUST to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MEGA to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MEGA for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MEGA for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
When it really matters, choose Farrah & Farrah. Here for you, here for good. Tampa.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now, back to Senning Show. With your host, Sean Senning.
Cause every day could be a holiday. The push-up man need just a call away. And when that golly gonna come around, and when it comes, we're gonna buy it down. He don't stay here for a long time.
Welcome back. This is Senning Show. We love it when you watch the program. You can get right onto Facebook, 1025 The Bone. It's available right there. You can just click on the little profile pic. It'll take you to the video. YouTube, I will say, if you're into chit-chattering with like-minded individuals, seems like the most chat and back and forth takes place on the 1025 The Bone YouTube page. So check it out, 800-771-1025 if you want to give us a call. So Diz, over the weekend, you saw Friendship, the movie with Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd. Now, I felt like after I saw it, I gave a proper warning that it was extremely weird and maybe not for everyone.
Yes.
What was your takeaway after watching?
I still don't know. So they call it friendship, and it's supposed to be him with Paul Rudd. I felt like there wasn't enough Paul Rudd in it.
Yeah, I would say I think that sometimes, I don't know what they call that. I think they kind of call that something in certain movies where you get a big star that is almost in the wings. Like, he's in it. He's a major part of the storyline, but you do get to a point where eventually Paul Rudd is not in it a lot. Like, I think they probably... It's a Tim Robinson movie. They gave him whatever they gave him and maybe got Paul Rudd at a discounted rate or something because he's not totally in the movie all of the time. But you pretty much, if you don't just laugh when you see Tim Robinson's face, there may not be that many laughs. Is that safe to say?
Yes, 100%. If you're looking for the laughs, it's when he's on screen. The plots kind of go nowhere.
They do. I agree. I mean, it's a basic idea. I think the bigger picture story would be men trying to find new friends, but the characters are so bizarre that it's hard to like tune into any point that's actually given because what the people are doing is just so weird that you can't like relate to it at any given moment. It's a very bizarre movie. I want so badly. You're gonna have to tell me how you watched it because I've been trying to watch it at home, and I feel like maybe another watch will let me know how I actually feel about it.
It's funny you say that because after we watched it, like Nicole, she's into weird movies like that where it's kind of like, don't just enjoy whatever we're watching.
Yeah.
Don't think too much into it because it's just kind of all over the place and it's uncomfortable humor, but it's funny and that type of stuff.
I think they call it technically like absurdism. Like it's so like some of the things are so absurd. Like it's not like a joke and a punchline. It's like you're watching this and it's so weird and out there that hopefully you'll laugh. Hopefully you'll laugh.
It's the best way to describe it is you're just watching this cringy character go through his life, and we're getting a view of his side of how things work. And we enjoyed it, but looking back at it, she goes, if we watched this and we were like on shrooms or drinking or something, I think we would like love this movie.
Yeah, that might be it. a little bit of dude. I had to have told you this. I thought it was the greatest thing ever. We went and saw it in the theater, and when we walked in, the theaters are crazy now because I don't know what they did, but the lines are always insanely long, like for the popcorn and all of that. So we walked in, and this line, we had no intentions on drinking. It just was not in the plans. I just wanted a frozen Coke. Like a frozen Coke and popcorn is my go-to if I go to the movies.
Okay.
So over here, the legitimate movie area wrapped around the freaking block. I mean, I don't know how long it was, but it would have been at least a 15-minute wait. Well, right to the left is the bar, and there's not a single soul there. And dude, they had this is right up your alley because I know you like a dark rum. Dude, they had the frozen Coke machine, but it was mixed with Sailor Jerry.
Oh,
it was
wow.
mixed with spiced rum.
That's pretty cool.
So we did we did
Was
a
it
couple
good?
of those. It was really good. I mean, it tasted a lot like a frozen Coke. I don't think it was the heaviest pour.
Yeah.
But I as somebody who appreciates a frozen Coke at the movies, it stopped us from waiting in the line, and it still gave us that that frozen Coke we were looking for.
I'm afraid. I think it would be a little easier with that, but I'm afraid to go to the movies and drink because if you just time it wrong, you're going to be running back and forth.
Yeah, it doesn't something that totally computes for me. I don't, if I was going to a movie theater and they were showing, this is a bizarre thing that I have in life. This is going to sound weird saying it this bluntly, but it's just truth. I don't like to drink and watch movies. Like, I will never be like, let me make myself a drink as we sit down to watch a movie. If we're sitting down to watch a wrestling pay-per-view, a football
sports
game,
event,
UFC, a NASCAR, anything that's live and kind of exciting and sports related, I will absolutely drink, but there's just something, and maybe it's more in my head. I will never make myself a cocktail and then sit down and watch a movie.
I think the only two genres I would do that for, because I understand kind of what you're saying, but I think it would be only horror and comedy.
But to me, that's more of a smoking event. That's more of a.
Well, I'm still going to do that for all the movies.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not. I guess you don't have to really pick one.
Yeah.
But there's just something about drinking. Not that I'm a rowdy drunk or anything, but to me, when I'm thinking drinking, I'm like, hey, we're drinking.
Yeah.
Not like. I'm going to sit and watch this movie.
Sipping, yeah.
I'm just going to have a sip as I watch my movie. We did watch a movie over the weekend that I should mention because it was actually really good. Let me make sure I get the name right. It was on Apple Plus. Echo Valley. That is Julianne Moore and Sydney Sweeney For everybody who's horny for Sydney Sweeney, don't go in horny because it's crackhead Sydney Sweeney.
It sounds like a chick movie.
It's not a chick movie.
Not like a chick flick, just a chick movie.
There are
when I say chick movie, it's not starring a bunch of women, which it probably is.
It is.
But it just sounds like a movie like a woman would be like, how about we check out Echo Valley? And they have to talk you into it.
You may not be wrong.
Okay.
It's got an element of like murder mystery. There's a big swerve that I didn't see coming. Maybe not a chick flick, but I don't think that you're totally out of bounds for saying that ladies would like it. Did you ever watch we talked about it before, the one with Steve Carell, The Patient, where he's locked in the basement?
No.
Dude, a psycho, he's a therapist, and a psycho patient kidnaps him and locks him in his basement.
Steve Carell gets kidnapped?
Yeah, dude. And the whole entire show takes place in this basement where this dude has
it's a
him tied
show.
up. Yeah. And they're like 30-minute episodes, too. I only tell you that because the guy who's like the main evil bad guy in this Echo Valley is the same guy who had Steve Carell tied up in the basement.
Honestly, it sounds like a cool show. I think I might check that out tonight.
It's really, really cool. I thought that it went way under the radar. I have no idea why, but it was super easy watch. The guy who plays the psychopath, he's a serial killer pretty much. He's great, and he's in that Echo Valley as well. So the states with the best tipping rates. I will say, you sent a note along that maybe they were surprising. I might be surprised. The states with the best tipping rates, and even the best rates seem low. New Hampshire at 16%, Washington, D.C. at 12.6%, South Carolina at 11%, Minnesota at 10%, North Carolina at 9.75%, Washington 9.51%, and it goes all the way down to Maine at 8.18%. Those are the highest tipping percentages. So I guess when you start pooling in all of the people that tip, you're not finding a place in the United States where the average is 20. The closest you can get to it is New Hampshire at 16. The states with the lowest tipping rates are crazy.
Can I guess?
Yes, I feel like you already know them, but yes.
Texas.
Texas is not on the lowest tipping rate.
Georgia.
No.
Florida.
No.
New York.
No.
California.
No.
North Carolina.
No.
Okay, well, my theory went out the window. I looked up states with the most black people.
Oh, well, dude, I will tell you, the number one place, I bet you if you Googled it, has one of the whitest populations on planet Earth. The first and third, to be honest with you, which is based on what you said.
Yeah.
Crazy.
My words, not yours.
Yes, thank you. Number one for the lowest tipping rate, Utah.
The lowest?
Yes, 4.09%. Which this was a study done by Lending Tree. How is the average tip rate 4%? Like, how do you find anybody to work in a restaurant if the lowest? These numbers must be smudged downward. Because I mean, I guess there's a lot of bad tippers out there in our society. Maybe they just cover up all of the good tippers. Mississippi, maybe I'm not sure about the demographics of Mississippi, but Afro man's from Mississippi. 4.91%. Number three, what I would imagine is a very white place as well. Idaho at 5%.
Oh, of course.
Super white, right?
Yeah.
Alabama 5.2, Arkansas 5.2, New Mexico 5.4, Kentucky, South Dakota, Arizona, Iowa. They round out the lowest tippers in the country. I would think you can kind of look at this map at the top of the story, which I think, Florida 7.23%.
Oh, we're good.
I guess.
I mean, it's not great. You're right. It's not great, but
dude,
we're up there.
That is it's so interesting to me because that means there are tons of people not tipping.
Or
tipping really
Tipping
bad.
is always a great conversation point. I will present this to you. You tell me how you would proceed. So Nicole's youngest birthday was on Saturday.
Okay.
So we wanted to do something for it. So Nicole was like, how about we go bowling? Fine, cool. When she went online to reserve the date, they left a place to tip.
Okay.
She asked me, how much should I tip? And I go, 0. We haven't got there yet.
Who are you tip? My first question, I think you're right to say we haven't got there yet, but my question would be, who are we tipping?
Yes. And she was like, well, we're going to, we tip them now. We'll probably get good service and they'll take care of us. I go, they should do that anyways. We're going to their establishment. You don't pay for the tip for good service. You pay for the good service. You know what I mean? I shouldn't tip you to secure great service. Although I do see kind of the two-sided coin where, like, okay, if you do go to a bar and it's a busy bar, you're going to tip your bartender early.
Hoping that they see you.
Yeah,
and that
so whenever you see
me,
come know that, like, look, I'm going to take care of you.
So were you under the impression at the time that, like, that was added into your, like, that was going to be for a server? Because, I mean, I don't know it seems odd that would automatically go to a server. And I know you often do have servers, but I would just think that's a separate tip. And I wonder if somewhere in the small print they say, hey, just because you tipped us when you booked doesn't mean that you covered the tip for the person who's actually going to be waiting on you.
Exactly.
Undeniably. And I mean, it's a thing that is well talked about. There's articles all the time about tip fatigue. Somewhere somebody hacked the system and realized that if you flash an iPad, if you flip over an iPad into somebody's face, there is something that goes on there mentally that makes them tip, even if they do not want the tip. You know what's so weird? There's a little bit of Nathan Fielder in there. Because when you think of when you think of the dynamic that he was trying to break down in the newest rehearsal about not speaking up when you want to speak up, there's a little bit of that human dynamic there where I think people just feel pressure. And some people don't. A lot of people go, are you effing kidding me?
Yeah.
What am I just ordered from the counter. I just bought a pair of shoes or whatever it is. But so many people in that very uncomfortable moment when the person who's ultimately getting the money flips that screen in front of you and it says 10, 15, 20, 25% tip right in front of them, there is a social dynamic that's happening there where people will leave a tip in a situation where they would have never left a tip before. And it's a little bit of just not wanting to confront the person or not wanting to feel bad. There's a little bit of the co-pilot dynamic there, I think, between people when they're forced to tip in a place you shouldn't tip.
No, you're 100% right. That is a great way to look at it. Is like, I'm not going to tip a lot of these people, but there's a conversation to be had when you flip that around where I go, am I supposed to be tipping this person?
Yeah, and I mean, that's places that we never tipped before. I mean, like somewhere like a Subway. I mean, they're making your sandwich. They're a sandwich artist, and take it local as well. Like I love, I won't name them by name, but I love a lot of local sub places here in St. Pete that also have the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, for all of time, we never tipped. And it's just weird because I think people, for the most part, have less money. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the majority of people are swimming in money to where we went, there's so much money. Let's make sure we get some of this money to
thriving.
Let's make sure we trickle down some of this money to the people who are making our submarine sandwiches. It's that didn't happen. I think that just somewhere along the line, somebody hacked the system and realized if you put a tip offering, if you give somebody the opportunity to tip, people will tip, even if they don't think they should be tipping. And I think that's what we're seeing at every place that now says, here you go.
Yeah.
We're looking for a tip. And we do.
I hate going places where I'm doing the heavy lifting, like go get my pizza or I go to like Olive Garden and I'm picking up my food and all you're doing is grabbing the food, putting it in a bag and then spinning the monitor around. It's like, I'm not tipping you, dog.
It is. And those honestly are on the lower end. Like there are other places that are just more kind of straightforward stores and they're thinking that you should tip them.
Or even when you go to like Amelie, it's like you go get a whatever drink and they flip the screen over. You're like, bro, all you did was hand me the thing in the cooler.
And I just paid $40 for a drink too. That's the tough part.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy? Who's this?
My name's Sean. I'm with Port Charlotte out of here. I've been listening to you guys for a decade. I've been listening to your tip show right now.
Yeah, what do you
I've
think?
I've been in the service industry for almost 30 years. I stopped going to restaurants over a year and a half ago. The last restaurant I went to was to take my mom out for Mother's Day because that $150 bill wound up being almost, a $40 tip for a waitress that I've only seen for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, that is tough when you get into nicer meals because the service, I do think, is on a general decline, and it becomes a lot harder to leave.
Salt Bay, right?
Yeah.
Let's go Salt Bay. We could talk about this forever because now even you saying Utah has the lowest tip ratio. How many of us servers are claiming those tips that are cash?
That is a good point. That's a good point, too.
Also, okay. Now, my final point is you're totally correct. I think they should get rid of tipping. We are one of the very first nations to ever develop the system. And when the other foreigners come to this country, when they go to tourist spots, not only do we feel bad because there's a 15% gratuity added to the check, we have to put down another $5-10 on top of that as Americans.
Preach, brother. Preach. Yeah, it is weird, and I've never really come to grips with what should happen in the world of tipping, because so many people that go out, the patrons are against it. But I will always have such love for the service industry, specifically serving. And I still think if you're somebody who's in that middle in between spot of life and you're trying to figure out what to do and you've never worked in restaurants, in some weird way, I still think it's one of the best kept secrets. There is major money to be made in the restaurant business. If you find the right place, probably a place that's decently busy, that doesn't have a bunch of go-getter type mentality servers, you could go in there and easily work for 4 hours a day and make $100. Or depending on what kind of place, a little more upscale, maybe like the Bonefishes of the world, and that number becomes more like $200. So I think I appreciate a job like that because I worked it, and I still think that you could probably make better money for less time than anywhere else. But that, just because I've worked it and I think it's cool, doesn't mean that it's probably best, for society. I think that it's just a great in between. And a lot of people are career servers, and they treat it like a career, and they're probably making more than teachers and some doctor. I mean, I don't know, doctors may be a little crazy, but professions that you would feel like are much more impressive, they're probably making more money than them by committing to a life of being a server.
Yeah, my boy, he is a committed server to Ocean Prime.
Yeah. Dude.
They offered him management, and he was like, you turned it down? He goes, even with the benefits and the salary, I make more.
Dude, at a place
so why
like
would I
that?
do that? Yeah.
Dude, the same exact thing pretty much happened to me, and it was a little more muddy because I was trying to make a go in radio, and I was calling me back, so I just couldn't do it. But I went into the management program for Ruby Tuesday, so I went and I was trained. I was an assistant manager. Like we want to get you on the fast track to being the GM. Like I was in at Ruby Tuesday, and I was a manager for maybe 4 or 5 months, and those paychecks start coming in. And you have given your life to them. I mean, you're working 12-hour days, not just running around the front and being a manager. Oftentimes, I was in the kitchen cooking.
Word.
Yeah, so I would get done with a 12-hour day feeling like I had just got my ass kicked, and then see my checks and go, this doesn't add up. I was making... I think you commit yourself, you want to be a GM, you want to have your own store, you start making over $100,000 a year, you can get there. But that situation you just talked about with your buddy, I think that is very prevalent in restaurants, where you get somebody who's trying to make the right move into management, and they get over it very quick because they go, well, I could have make double this.
Exactly.
If I was putting this much time into serving, I'd make double this. And, maybe for that, we could do something to fix the tipping problem. But
I think if I was more of a people person, I would have went into being a waiter and all that stuff, because you are right. You get on the right business, you can make a cash flow.
And it's a lot of it's cash.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times you are walking out with cash, even with the credit card tips. A lot of times you're leaving with that cash, which is hard to get out of. That's the other thing about the restaurant business, notoriously very hard to leave. Like once you're entrenched in it, you start realizing what other professions make, and the fact that you don't have money in your hand every day, it can make it, very hard to leave for a lot of people. Do not go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to be jumping into John's Joints with Drew Garabo. Lots to get to. We will update you on what happened over the weekend with these No Kings protests. I think for the most part, pretty mild. The fact that the day got started with a politically motivated murder in Minnesota, not the best. We'll give you an update on that, and a brand new mobile service that over half of the people in this country are going to absolutely hate. We'll do all that and a bunch more coming up next in John's Joints with Drew Garabo. My cooking this past weekend was a major success. I told you I ordered those New York strips for my father-in-law. Special request for Father's Day dinner that we did on Saturday. I got 3 New York strips. I marinated them for a little bit. I tried for the first time the black steak seasoning from Wild Fork. Their seasoning selection is completely off the charts. I ordered a bunch of seasonings this time around. I got a spicy seafood, a taco seasoning, that Smoker's Butcher blend. The Smoked Butcher's blend is one of my favorites. Whether you get it delivered to your home, pick it up in store, go on a shopping spree, Wild Fork is the absolute best for all your needs. Check them out at wildforkfoods.com. I will be live at the West Chase location this Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. I'll give you all details as the week goes on. wildforkfoods.com.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Let's have some summer fun in the summer sun, Bone fam. It's the Neutral Summer of Music. Presented by Neutral. Win tickets to some of the summer's biggest shows like Thomas Rhett, Katy Perry, Jason Aldean, and more. Plus, score Neutral summer gear, including hats and coolers. Scan the QR code at participating Florida Circle K's, Miller's Ale House, or at the Blind Goat in Tampa to enter. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Visit theboneonline.com for more details.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Fence Outlet has helped our customers keep children and pets safe with quality fences for over 30 years. Now is the time to install your Fence Outlet fence. Visit fenceoutlet.com today to set up your free estimate and discover our wide selection of fencing options. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
The Calta Signature Combos are back only at Shark Coast Tactical. Will is bringing back the Calta Riot Shotty just in time for hurricane season. What is a Calta Riot Shotty, you ask? A 12-gauge Mossberg Riot Gun pistol grip shotty is paired with a tactical scabbard, and it's all for only $225. The Calta Riot Shotty. It's as American as apple pie, and it's only available at Shark Coast Tactical. The shop is open, slinging freedom from 10 to 6 daily, closed on Sunday, and always open online 24/7 at SharkCoastTactical.com. Shark Coast Tactical is on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Look for them on social media and tell Mike Calta sent you.
Hi, I'm attorney Fran Hosh. Being involved in a car or motorcycle accident can be stressful. I've dedicated my career to helping accident victims and their loved ones. If you need an attorney you can trust, give me a call today at 866-LAW-FRAN. We will give you a free case evaluation and won't charge you any fees unless you recover money. Give me a call today at 866-LAW-FRAN, 866-LAWFRAN, or visit me online at lawfran.com. Main office, Palm Harbor.
The heat is on, and when the heat is on, your AC is on. And when the AC is on, your money is gone. But Solar Bear has a better way to cool down your bills. Go solar now and get 12 months with zero power payments. That's a full year of energy on the house, literally and figuratively. Solar Bear is Florida's trusted solar company, locally owned, going 10 years strong and backed by thousands of 5-star reviews. Stop letting the power company cash in on your summer, and more importantly, stop renting your power from the power companies. Call Solar Bear or visit SolarBear.com and own your power before prices rise again.
Hey, did you know that with Frontier Fiber Internet, the best Wi-Fi isn't just for VIPs anymore?
So even if I have less than 1 million followers?
Or me, a total noob? What if I'm not in the metaverse yet?
Yeah, now everyone can get Wi-Fi 7 with a premium Eero router on Fiber 500 and up. Now starting at only $39.99 per month. Switch to the most advanced Wi-Fi on 100% fiber internet. Only from Frontier. Good to go. In select areas, price for 12 months with autopay. ETF terms apply. Max speeds wired. Actual average and Wi-Fi speed vary.
If you've been hurt in an accident, call Bernetti PA. We make it easy. In fact, you can hire us by phone, over the internet, or we'll come to you. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Take advantage of the Employee Pricing Plus event at Cherry Home Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Save up to $15,000 on new 2025 models, and your first 3 payments are on us. At the #1 Ram dealer in the U.S., Tampa is Ohm Country. Online at cherryhome.com. Call 1-800-210-6286 for complete details. This hour of Senning Show is brought to you by Hawkins Service Co. One call handles it all.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Senning Show. It's time for John's Choice with your host, John Senning.
So nice to meet you. Smell it on the pillow when she leaves, yeah. And when I think about it, get that feeling. Get it in the morning when I'm ready. Smell like gardenia. I smell it on the pillow when she leaves, yeah. And when I think about it, get that feeling. Get it.
Welcome back to Senning Show. I'm John Senning. He's Dizzy. And this man who can, the only one who can help us burn these joints, he's all about his freaks and his Twin Peaks. He is Drew Garabo of Drew Garabo Live.
Clapping cheeks and going to Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
That was something.
So let's just touch on this because I felt like we were speaking out of turn by potentially incriminating you while you were not in the room.
Okay.
I was the one who happened upon the situation in the men's bathroom.
Yeah.
Which you know me, and it startled me.
Yeah.
It startled me. It ruined me. It honestly made me want to pack up for the day. I've alerted the authorities. We talked to John Brennan on the air. I made him go look at it.
Oh no.
He didn't like what he saw. He said that he thought that was grounds for termination. They're looking at the tapes right now. I did not know this until we got through the conversation, kind of, that Diz brought you in to look at it.
Yeah.
And he said that your reaction was not very startled.
Well, it's a bathroom. Yeah, there were turds in the toilet.
Okay.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Is this an admission?
Yeah, I pooped in there.
Oh, was that it? Was that you?
Yeah. So what? There's no flusher on the toilet. What am I supposed to do? Dig in there with my hands and pull it out?
It was you.
Yeah.
I think I respect your open and honest. What do you mean there's no flusher?
There's definitely a flusher.
There's no flusher. It's an automatic flush.
No, there's
it's
a button.
the little button. The little button.
There's a button. To
Yeah,
push.
and I pushed it once and it got worse. What do you want me to do? Dig in there with my hands and remove whatever's clogging the toilet?
You're messing with us.
I am not
He's not.
messing
He's
with
not.
you.
Trust
No,
me.
I 100% pooped in there.
That was yours.
I know a man.
I mean, unless somebody pooped on top of my poop.
I will say, by the amount, by the way it looked, that could have been a.
Is everything good, dog?
Yeah, I pooped
It didn't look like it.
Yeah. Now, I will say, this isn't me bringing this to the table, but it was John Brennan who did say he thought there looked like there was a foreign object in there.
Oh, just turds. I'm not certain someone didn't come in afterwards because when I left it didn't look like it did when Dizzy showed it to me. So I don't know what happened between the time I did it.
Someone doubled down, you're saying?
Someone could have double-deckered me. Wow. But initially, yes, I defecated. I flushed the toilet, or the toilet flushed. I looked and went, oh, man, that all didn't go down. What am I supposed to do there?
Dude, I have to say, you could have come in here and you could have just said, wow, that is disgusting. You should find whoever did that.
No way, dude.
But you didn't do that. And I don't know how to feel now.
Oh, all right. Well, let me help you through this.
I still don't know if he's telling the truth.
No,
or not.
he is.
I absolutely am.
I have a very great radar on when Drew is telling the truth to not. I'm always prepped for it. This is as real as it gets.
Oh yeah. When Diz said go look in that first stall, I'm like, all right, I'll go look at my masterpiece.
He said, "Oh, that's unfortunate." Just like that. We walked out. I went into the thing. Goes, looks like someone had a bad weekend. He just kept it moving.
Yep.
It was you this whole time.
That's right.
I hope you know you're getting fired.
Okay. I
gotta say,
14 years of service, they want to let me go for pooping at work.
Yeah,
it's been a great run.
Yeah. John's Joints brought to you by Bubble Down Car Wash, the greatest car wash in the whole wide world. Those long wash tunnels, spacious vacuums, and amazing staff. They're going to make sure that every experience you have there is great and that car is as clean as humanly possible. They even got those great little things that you put the mats through and it cleans them and washes them and shakes them and dries them. They've got the unlimited membership plan, which means you can go through as many times as your little heart desires to keep that car clean. The storms are back. The bugs are here. We got birds, all sorts of things that want to dirty up your car. Locations in Tampa, Brandon, Riverview, Wesley, Chapel, and their newest spot on US 19 in Palm Harbor. Get in there. Let them know you heard us talking about them on the bone. You will have the cleanest car in town every time you bull down.
Run Drew's whole body through that, please. He needs a cleanse.
Very refreshing.
Dude, that is like, I will say from a radio perspective, just the payoff of all payoffs.
Oh, good. Yeah. Happy to help.
Didn't like the swerve that I did not. We compiled the list. You weren't even really on it.
I said it like jokingly, like, well, you know, he didn't make a big reaction out of it.
No, no reaction to be had, my friend.
He was like Criminal Minds. He was like injecting himself in the crime. Like, oh yeah, it's crazy. Oh.
It's like a serial killer being like, oh, what's going around?
We're all just trying to find out who's driving the banana truck.
You're the guy in the hot dogs. We're trying to find this guy, Spider-Man costume style.
Sorry.
No, everything's fine.
I just don't know what you're supposed to do. Like maybe I use it. Well, I did, and it backed up even more. If I'd flushed one more, there would have been a brown river.
That was the thing when now everything just feels so odd that we sent John Brennan in there. No, so we sent John Brennan. And he goes, "Well, should I try to flush it?" And we were like, "Give it a try," and he did. And he goes, "Oh yeah, we got a big problem." And I'm like, "Oh no, it's pouring over the sides." He goes, "No, bigger problem. It went right down."
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it is. I mean, compared to the alternative,
you loosened it.
It is good.
You said you gave it a flush and didn't go down. You loosened it. And
looked pretty loose to me.
It's a massacre. We almost puked. Thanks.
This is what professionals. This is where you really find out who the professionals are when we just power through. How was the Twin Peaks experience, by the way?
It was cool. The food was great. They have a scratch kitchen.
Yeah, when you said that, I didn't know if you were joking or not.
No, not at all. The food was great. The talent was a bit. I just don't know another way to say it, so I'm just going to say it. And Ratchet.
Oh, Ratchet.
Yeah.
Like what were some of the features that led you to that?
Just the girls are a little too skinny.
Like a little cracked out, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't.
I don't know which one's less offensive.
Me either.
Ratchet out.
Yeah, not my cup of tea. The girls were just a little too skinny.
But the food was good. I think you could probably shoot for one of two being great.
Oh, man, I would much rather have great food and ratchet girls than the other way around.
I think I agree.
But it was cool. I got Frank to admit that it was a notch up from Hooters as far as food goes.
Food-wise.
Food-wise,
Does he comment on I don't see him doing this, but as a restaurant connoisseur, does he comment on the ladies? Like, does he have anything like, oh, she seems nice?
No, no comments at all.
Dude, how funny would it be? Because I just think it would be so unexpected if Frank leans over to you and he goes, what do you think about that waitress? And then you just kind of sit there and he goes,
I had to knew that was yeah, that would be great.
He would have popped the crowd.
Just been awesome,
to say the least. On Father's Day, it's his day.
Yeah, it's a neat thing though. I'd like to check out the locations over here to see if
do we even have any?
Yeah, we got one in Brandon.
Dude, Brandon gets so much stuff.
I know.
Brandon is a sleeper tourist hub. I mean, you have that whole Bass Pro Shop, Dave & Buster, Top Golf conglomerate, any like weird off the beaten path new restaurant pops up in Brandon. I was once told when we first moved to Brandon, I've had to have shared this with you, that Brandon has more restaurants per capita than any area in the Tampa Bay.
I'll believe that.
Because that's all it is. Like, the people live there, but you drive up and down the streets and it's just all restaurants. We were talking about it when we brought up the fact that all of the road rage scenarios seem to come out of Brandon and Riverview, because it's these roads that weren't really made to hold as many people as they have, that is just filled with shopping plazas and different chain restaurants, and everybody wants to kill each other.
It's restaurants and traffic and traffic and traffic.
It really is. You actually clued me into this update when I saw you first today. We're finally getting an update. A little bit of an update on the Clearwater Ferry debacle. Newly obtained documents show investigators obtained a search warrant for a boat that was involved in the collision with the Clearwater Ferry in April. The crash left one person dead and several more injured. Among the items seized last month were Jeff Knight's boat, 3 engines, and 2 GPS systems, all of which were expected to provide more information on the boat's speed, seaworthiness, and more, according to the documents. As of June 4th, the FWC said the boat appeared to be in fully functioning condition and there were no signs of the vessel taking on water. You may remember that was kind of the big sticking point when his lawyer dropped all of those details on why he needed to get out of there and what was going on. They had the baby and all of that, but the big one being they were concerned that his boat was taking on water. That does not seem to be the case at first glance. Data from the GPS system still being analyzed by the U.S. Coast Guard. Officials said they were able to download electronic data from the engines, all of which is being stored at the FWC's Tampa Evidence Facility.
Yeah, and the damning part about the passengers calling 911 and him telling them to hang up the phone, that doesn't look good.
Yeah, according to FWC, evidence gathered in the weeks after the crash indicated Knight had to be told to assist the Clearwater Ferry and its occupants by other people who were on his boat. Ooh. So it is weird because I wondered, you're in the Jeff Knight circle. Are you just bending will any of those people do anything to say anything bad towards him? And I would say that blurb right there was shared by somebody. Like, we had to tell him. Like, he just wanted to drive away. We had to tell him to help. While Knight did help push the ferry to shore, he failed to render all possible aid to passengers before leaving the area. Knight passed by 2 separate law enforcement vehicles as he was leaving, but authorities said he did not flag them down or make contact with them. Florida law requires boat operators involved in collisions or accidents to provide all possible aid to all persons involved before leaving the scene. Authorities said Knight also failed to provide his identifying information to anyone on the ferry. What this does do, I think, is show how much information there is and what they're still going through. Because I think a lot of us had kind of just thought, okay, this guy is a highfalutin dude. Nobody's talking about it anymore. These charges are definitely not coming. And I think at the very least, this shows you they're still looking into it and finding things that are not friendly to him.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be one of those, let's brush this under the rug and think people forget about it. But it turns out they may have been doing a very exhaustive look into bringing up charges, which maybe even end up filed.
Well, and the thing is, too, is I think we asked Just Call Mo about this, is that statement that they released. There's no legal ramifications regarding that statement that he released. I think what I asked him was, if this all turns out to be a lie, is he then in more trouble? And the answer is ultimately no. They're just painting a picture of defense, and they're saying the things that they hope will protect him ultimately in the public court of opinion and hopefully down the road in a court of law. But it's not out the realm of possibility that those were just a bunch of primarily lies.
So according to Just Call Mo, you can just craft a statement like that kind of paints a different picture?
Pretty much. I mean, per his answer, he was kind of like, that's what attorneys do. They're trying to make him a sympathetic figure and make it seem like he did everything that he could. And that is not being held to, the laws of perjury or anything like that. At that point, that was just a statement released by his attorney. So very, very interesting, and maybe this story is not done yet locally.
You have to wonder how close, like you alluded to, those people on the boat are to him, and the different story that they'll tell by individual investigators.
Which at some point, I don't know if that money that those people are coming for, could other people on board be at all responsible? I would think not. But specifically when it comes to criminal charges, everybody's got to be in a little bit of cover your ass mode. Like, I'm not going to obviously be getting in trouble for these things that were on him.
Yeah, didn't we see that John Morgan is representing one of the passengers of the ferry?
Yes. Who else did we find out he was representing? Oh, the water slide guy. The water slide in Disney. That guy is being represented by John Morgan. I was having this conversation offline with Mo DeWitt the other day. Dude, he went from Florida, Tampa, Orlando, kind of see him everywhere, hear him, to national overnight. He is so deeply embedded now with the WWE. Like, all of their pay-per-views are now brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Like, they went from what felt like at least Florida-centric to worldwide very, very quickly. And it's dirty. Maybe I'll clean it up and have it tomorrow. He got stopped by one of those online interviewer people that want to just kind of ask questions to really rich people. Undeniably a funny guy.
Oh, he's great.
He's very, very good at speaking, and he's a lovable character.
You think he runs for governor?
I think it might be a breath of fresh air, to be honest with you.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I think in a weird way, he's kind of got everything that everybody wants. You know what I mean? Like, he's got, I wouldn't say Trump-isms, but I don't think he's going to sugarcoat too much. I think he's going to drop some F-bombs. I think he's going to tell you exactly how he feels. I think in a lot of ways, socially, he probably leans pretty left, but in a lot of ways, fiscally, leans a little more right. I think he might have the capability to appease more people than you think. The problem is those people that just have their feet so deeply entrenched with, well, Donnie tells me I got to vote for this guy, who I think is going to be that Byron guy.
Yeah.
And then obviously, I think Ron DeSantis' wife or whoever. You'll have the Ronnie D party, the Trump party, and then probably John Morgan, I would think, at the end of the day, as far as the three people that have legitimate chances of leading this great state one day.
The thing I like most about him is I don't think he's bought and paid for by anybody but John Morgan. I think he's not going to be in the pocket of anyone else that we have to worry about compromising his interests.
I'd like to think that. It was so Saturday, I think, as weird as it was, and I've got a couple things that were not good, but we were talking about it last week, and you got all these things popping off, the big military parade. You've got the No Kings protest. You had our governor saying, run them over if you need to. You had people making threats in Jacksonville. A little bit of a powder keg situation going into this weekend. And I would say it wasn't completely devoid of badness, but overall, not mayhem on every corner, not widespread death and destruction, but it did not start well. And I actually didn't hear this story. So we went out to my in-laws on Saturday morning. And, I was just worried what was going to be going on in the world politically that day. And as soon as we got there, my father-in-law was like, oh, man, did you hear about this Minnesota lawmaker who they just killed? And in my head, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking, oh, God, like the Civil War has begun. Like here is what has happened. This guy has been caught. We're getting more details. The gunman who shot and killed Minnesota state lawmaker Melissa Hortman and her husband at their home also killed their beloved rescue dog, this sick son of a bitch. The former Democratic House Speaker, 55, and husband Mark, who is 58, were allegedly gunned down early Saturday morning by a suspected political assassin, Vance Luther Bolter, who was also wounded. State Senator John Hoffman and his wife before he was finally captured Sunday following an intense 43-hour manhunt. Did you see the mask this guy was wearing when he went to their home?
So creepy.
Dude, it is.
Is it in the prep?
I don't know if it's in the story. You could probably find it. Oh, yeah, it is in the story. It's
what
in the story.
Is that mask?
I don't know, dude. It needs to be the next scary movie mask because it's like devoid of features pretty much. It's a bald head. Maybe it looks like it's got the little shadow of a goatee on it, but just terribly terrifying. This guy spent years doing volunteer work, training service dogs for veterans, and was a foster home trainer for a local dog shelter where she was introduced to Gilbert. This is the person who lost their life. Helping Paws posted a message on its Facebook giving the details about the dog. I guess he had elements of law enforcement when he originally showed up there. There were sirens on his vehicle. They found the No Kings flyer in his car. I don't know if and a supposed list of 70 Minnesota lawmakers that they thought he was going to go after. Everybody immediately, specifically because this was politically tinged, wanted to know what was going on. Well, the feds held a press conference a short time ago, and they were asked directly about a manifesto and about his motives, and this is what he said.
So I'll let them do that. With respect to the potential motive, let me say this. There's been a lot of press coverage and speculation and discussion of a manifesto. I've seen nothing like a Unabomber-style manifesto in his writings. He had many, many notebooks full of plans, lists of names, surveillance, efforts that he took to surveil and locate the home addresses and family members' relationships with these elected officials. But I have not seen anything involving some sort of political screed or manifesto that would clearly identify what motivated him. Obviously, and
this was just one of the prime or most recent examples of the internet running wild with theories immediately, because you hear initially, psycho dude kills Democratic lawmakers. You go, okay, this is an enraged right-winger who lost their mind. And then immediately they're saying, well, she changed her vote at the last minute to vote for the big bill, and she cried when she announced it. So things were being painted shortly thereafter that this was a Democratic guy who was mad that she turned her back on the Democrats. And then they start talking about the fact that he was appointed to some sort of advisory board by the governor up there, Tim Walz. That's the same dude that ran for vice president. So now kind of the person who's giving us the biggest peek into his political leanings is his roommate, who people seem to be struggling to accept he's a real person, because he just presents as such a character. In a bunch of the videos where they get him, I don't know if he is an employee of Papa John's, but he is wearing a Papa John's polo shirt, which you would think
very wrinkled
would only be given to employees of Papa John's. And his roommate kind of sort of sharing what his political leanings are actually all about, even though he doesn't seem to know the real names of any politicians in America.
Can you talk about his politics a little bit? I know that you had some discussions. I just wanted to clarify.
Well, everyone's calling him a Democrat. He's not a Democrat. He would be offended if people called him a Democrat. So,
read the room, buddy.
People are dead. Because of this board thing he was on for Governor Walz, it wasn't to serve. He was just serving the community. But I can't believe a political issue would cause him to do such thing.
Did he ever bring up the senator or the representative who were targeted?
Like I was saying, no, he never talked about that. I didn't know. I didn't recognize her.
Poorly timed
Any
plane.
politicians he mentioned?
Nancy Pelosi. He didn't like Jim Walls.
He doesn't like Jim Walls.
Jim Walls didn't like Jim Biden.
He also didn't like Jim Biden. And he goes on to say he didn't watch Fox News. He didn't watch MSNBC. He watched and he listened to another L for Alex Jones.
Oh.
Big InfoWars guy.
Oh.
Which,
gay frogs.
At least. Gay frogs. It's but needless to say, that was probably the worst thing that happened all day. To put a little bit of an exclamation point on that locally, go figure, we had a guy, a 64-year-old man was arrested for threatening to kill protesters after the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office said they found a concerning post on the man's public Facebook profile. This is just like the thing that happened in Jacksonville. These people that have no appreciation for the fact that you're essentially putting murder threats out for the world to see. Eloy Garcia of Dunedin posted this message: I'm spending so much money on gas, driving around, just looking and hoping to run across blockading protesters or people crossing the streets with signs saying, don't deport our illegals, so I can just run them over. I carry a couple of bricks and a Molotov cocktail so I can put it in their hands like a thrown down weapon.
Idiot.
The anonymous person also expressed concern that he might carry out the statement, the person who brought this to people's attention, statement in the post during the publicly promoted No Kings Day were happening throughout Pinellas County. After the arrest, Garcia admitted to investigators that he wrote and posted the aforementioned statement on his Facebook profile. He's been charged with threatening communications or threats of mass shooting.
Dude, there are 1,000 different ways that guy could have expressed himself and not broken the law, but to directly say you're going around looking to run them over, what's the upside on that?
I'm not really sure. And the thing is that I think those people maybe not in this day and age, but those are the people that we probably have to worry about less. Like the people that are just so crazy and riled up that they go, and at least if they're going to do it, hopefully somebody will report it and you can get to them before they actually do it. The people that we really have to worry about are those that are sitting angrily in their home, not posting anything, not talking about anything, but with those same exact kind of desires in their heart. And to say that he was going to then plant bricks and Molotov cocktails near and or around them so that it looked like they were going to do harm, really the icing on the cake for his troubles.
Yeah, you could have just said, like, if you get in front of my car, I'm going to run you over.
Yeah.
People have been like, all right, maybe not the wisest thing in the world.
I'm looking for them.
Right.
I'm actively looking.
Dumb.
Had to pull this one right from the pages of our Nar shredding lifestyle.
Hell yeah.
A rescuers in South Florida say search teams eventually located a 15-year-old boy who vanished while on a boogie board. He has now been reunited with his family. According to the Martin County Sheriff's Office, several agencies and private boaters responded after the teen disappeared in the water on Sunday. Investigators say a private boater spotted the boy a mile away from where he was last seen. Jeez. They say it was likely he was pulled outward by a rip current. The teen is back with his family in good condition, according to the sheriff's office. They said a successful search and rescue came after a 2-year-old and 5-year-old died in separate drownings over the weekend in the similar area.
You and I know what it's like, John. We whether it's Pipeline, Waimea, Kahlua, whatever, we're out there shredding the gnar.
You gotta be safe.
Get pulled out. You know.
You gotta be safe out there.
We're not shredders.
It is really, and there seems to be these times of year, and I don't know if we're in it right now, where specifically on the East Coast, you hear more about these people getting pulled out by rip currents, and I always just wonder, like, did those people, like, I'm somebody, I'll just say it, for the most part, I believe that can't happen to me. Like, were all these people that got taken away, and obviously young kids aren't in that category, but do most people who get taken away by rip currents, like, were they thinking, well, that couldn't happen to me. I'm staying shallow. I know how to swim. I know supposedly what you do if you get caught in a rip current, or once you're in it, is it about a 50-50 chance that you're going to be able to make your way back to shore?
I think it might be neither of those. I think they might just be completely unaware of what rip currents can do, and they get out there and they're like, oh, this is fun, and all of a sudden,
I think they do. Because what do they say? You're supposed to swim
perpendicular.
Yeah, so you don't side to side. So rather than feeling like you need to swim towards shore to get away from it, you need to go side to side with it, right?
I've read that is actually not true and that you should go perpendicular. I think the conventional wisdom was swim parallel to shore, but then I think a couple of years ago I read don't do that.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that sounds crazy that they're like just, swim parallel and you'll get back.
To escape a rip current.
No.
I wasn't even close.
I was going to say, well,
Monday.
At least you
hit one bowl.
Yeah. Thank you.
Disney.
Stole that right from me. Thank you. I appreciate it. To escape a rip current, stay calm and swim parallel to the shoreline, not against it until you're out of the current's pull, then swim toward the shore. If you're unable to swim out, float or tread water until the current weakens and then swim towards the shore.
Easy to say.
It really, that's the thing. When you feel, I don't think I've ever really felt it. Like, I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I felt I was being pulled out to sea.
Same.
But are there different water features? One that pulls you out and one that pulls you, because that's a rip current. What's an undertow? An undertow is something different.
Oh, I thought they were the same.
Undertow versus rip current. Because I thought an undertow like pulled you under. While both undertow and rip currents are beach hazards, they are distinct, different phenomena. Undertow is the backwash of breaking waves returning to the ocean, while rip currents are strong, narrow currents that flow away from the shore.
Oh, okay. So the undertow is when a wave breaks, and then underneath the water, it goes back out to the ocean. But rip currents just pulls you out.
Because, so my mom, growing up in Michigan, they have the Great Lakes there, and on Lake Huron, you can still go to this day, and it's now a giant boat. I think it was a Navy ship that they turned into a big monument / museum type thing. But back in her day, kids used to jump off of it, and she told they eventually shut it down because she said like there were these undertows in the water where kids would just jump in and they would be gone, and so many kids just disappeared in the water that they had to stop it. And I thought that was an undertow, but that didn't really make sense either. So who knows? Maybe there was a sea monster under there too. Let's step aside for a moment. When we come back, I will keep you abreast on whether or not World War III is ramping up or calming down. And I've not paid off on the tease from earlier about the Sperminator. What does this man do? You'll find out because he's retiring on Father's Day. What a nice touch. We'll do that and a little bit more as we make way for Drew Garabo Live coming up next at about 4 o'clock. But first, we got to tell you about Win Derby right here in beautiful St. Petersburg. You hear us talking about it, but do you really know how great this place is? It's been around for decades. People have been making all sorts of memories there. They're filming blockbuster movies there, and you can find out how to play Ultimate Texas Hold'em if you've been thinking, I really want to do that, but I don't know how.
Good fortune is right in your hand. You get dealt a 3 of a kind, a full house, a straight, a flush, etc. Not only can you win that hand, but you might hit a royal flush and get the progressive jackpot. Many ways to win at the legendary Win Derby.
And again, this mural is the talk of the town. They had somebody come in and paint it beautifully. If you feel like you don't know the finer points of poker, you do now. They even have a little insert that you can take with you right to the table. A great place for big events. If you're looking to host a bunch of people, they've got all of the fixins with buffet service and a huge area out back and tournaments and events going all the time. Check them out at win-derby.com. It's win-derby.com.
Round and round my favorite cycle. Give me love in the afternoon. Sit down, expect it right around noon.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Stream Real Raw Radio live. Anytime on the free 102.5 The Bone app. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
In Eastern Hillsborough, there's an accident along Dr. King eastbound at Mango Road. It looks like there's some road blockage involved. Traffic is stop and go back at Lakewood Drive. In Tampa, a disabled vehicle along northbound I-275 at Dale Mabry's had the right lane blocked, and traffic is backed up to the West Shore area. Also, a crash westbound along I-4 at US 41 or 50th Street is blocking the left shoulder. We're still in good shape in Pinellas and along the big bridges. This is Jim with traffic.
Summer is here, and it's time to take that weekend getaway to Vegas, or maybe book that Alaskan cruise. But maybe inflation has kicked you right in the wallet. Well, leave it to Mike Calta to cancel his new order of 14 refrigerators just to give you the Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday. Listen for the keyword every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get it and enter it in the free 1025 The Bone app, and you could win $1,000. That's $1,000 that you can use towards a beach vacation, or to buy your own refrigerator, or to just buy a bunch of beer, stay home, and drink them. You know, like a staycation. It's the Mike Calta Summer Vacay Payday from 1025 The Bone. Real, raw radio.
Save time and money with mobile service at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They come to you and perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm country. See dealer for complete details.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Hey, Bay Area, Randy here for Sun Toyota. We've got nearly 1,000 RAV4s, Tundras, Tacomas, Camrys, and Corollas in stock now. Drive select new models with smoking hot prices and low leases available. Plus, get a free grill or smoker during Father's Day weekend when you purchase a new Toyota. Because when you make it Sun Toyota, we make it happen.
Sun, Toyota.
Call 800-639-3367 for more details.
Summer is here, and it's time to get your backyard ready where you always wanted it to be. From custom patios and pavers to upgraded driveways, Waterman Properties is your go-to for bringing your summer vision to life. Whether you're remodeling, rebuilding, or repairing from a storm, Waterman Properties handles everything from demolition to install with expert care and zero runaround. Visit watermanproperties.net or call 813-715-7383. It's Waterman Properties. Your vision is their mission. Hit them up today and tell them Mike Calta sent you.
School is out and summer is here. Wherever you plan your summer vacation, make Crown Honda your first stop and drive a new Honda Pilot, $479 per month, or a new Honda Accord Hybrid, just $359 per month. Test drive your new Honda today at Crown Honda, online at crownhonda.com. The better way to buy and service. Call 800-509-4942 for complete details.
Enjoy revved up summer savings at Crown Hyundai.
Get financing as low as 0%. Buy with zero down or make no payments for a year on over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE for only $259 a month. All are backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service.
Visit crownhyundai.com.
With approved credit, 36-month lease, 10K miles a year, $59.99 due at signing plus dealer fee and electronic filing fee.
Good Greek Moving and Storage. They offer way more than just moving services. They'll do long-distance moves across the U.S. and across the world, and they've now got Good Greek Insurance and Good Greek Lending, homeowners, auto insurance, and mortgages. They're experts in all things. Good Greek is the official movers for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Rays, the Rowdies, and the Gators. If they're entrusted by multiple professional sports organizations, you can trust them as well. Good Greek, world's only full-service relocation company, goodgreek.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Got a burned out light switch or broken outlet or breakers that keep flipping? Just call for a Bolt electrician online at boltelectric.com.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Toyota.com. This is Fox 13's Valerie Mills from the Sky Tower Weather Center. We'll have a sun cloud mix on Monday with a quick warm up and temperatures reaching into the upper 80s to low 90s, feeling about 10 degrees warmer this afternoon with high humidity. We'll be tracking fewer storms developing this afternoon and evening and over the next couple of days. Storm coverage running around 30 to 40% as highs will be able to reach into the mid 90s for the middle of this week.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Senning Show with your host, John Senning.
She's a good girl, loves her mom.
We've got the details on an amazing event that is coming to town real soon. It is the Folds of Honor Charity Golf Classic. It goes down Saturday, June 28th at the Chichi Rodriguez Golf Club. It would take you 2 seconds to realize the Folds of Honor charity has done so much good for our military and their families across the entire country. This is a local event that you do not want to miss.
If you love golf, if you love our military, this event is for you. And there's plenty of ice cold Budweiser on hand as well. You'll get lunch from Abe's Place, dinner from Fresh Kitchen, complimentary beverages all day, and a goodie bag. Spots are filling fast. Get one of the last ones by going to budgolfclassic.com. Play for a cause, swing for hero, and I'll see you out there Saturday, June 28th at Chichi Rodriguez's.
Golf with Garabo. Get up in the live live auction. And I got to say, watching a jaw-dropping parachute jump by the SEAL team sounds pretty darn cool. Sign up today at budgolfclassic.com. It's so weird to try and, as a person in the United States of America, I think it's tough to find out what is really going on in the news and in the world and maybe even in our own country. But it's even harder to try and get a proper grasp on what is happening in the Middle East. I think there's so many different, first of all, there's a lot of opinions. Everything's skewed in a million different ways. So to try and really just get a read on whether or not this is ramping up or slowing down, there were reports earlier today that Iran was trying to get in contact with leaders from Saudi Arabia and others across the Middle East to pretty much get the message to Israel and really the United States that we are looking for an immediate ceasefire. But then the actions don't always match up with that. Simultaneously, they released a statement saying that the largest attack ever perpetrated on Israel was coming soon, and that everybody should be warned. From what I read, there could be a little bit of gamesmanship in that as well, where you try it on both sides. You go, hey, we really want a ceasefire, really want to calm things down, hoping that works. But then you also go, we're going to kill all your people if you don't stop, or if we don't stop, and you hope that works as well. Where it actually ends up, who knows? Out of the prime minister of Israel's mouth himself, Netanyahu, earlier today, has said that they're leaving it on the table to target Iran's supreme leader, who is Ali Khamenei, some version of that. And he says that it would end, not escalate, the ongoing fight between Israel and Iran that erupted last week. I think also trying to figure out what we, the United States, are actually doing in regards to helping Israel. I don't think that is super clear right now. There seem to be reports that we're helping with certain things, maybe more specifically the defense of Israel, less about the offensive. But it's just it's a mess. And we were talking off air where you think of the other players in the game, the Russias and the Chinas, who have interests that don't necessarily coincide with ours in this conflict. And I think at any given moment it could disappear and dissipate or go in the other direction, it seems.
Plus, like it's debatable on what the U.S. knew before Israel's attack. It's like, oh, we didn't know anything. And now it's like, well, we helped them plan it.
Yeah, or did they have to just get I think the real question is, did they get a full thumbs up?
Right.
Did they get we got you on this? And then do you, like the gamesmanship of it, do you then tell Israel, hey, because Marco Rubio and Trump came out almost immediately and said, this is them. This
Right.
is them. This is not us.
Right.
Do you tell them, hey, we're going to help you, but we got to tell our people we're not helping you.
Sure.
Like, people aren't really a big fan of us getting in another war, so let us help you. But we're just not going to be able to do it vocally and be able to tell everybody how much we're supporting you.
Oh, man. And then they took out all of the Revolutionary Guard leaders, right? So then is
Yeah.
it reasonable, like, you take out another Khomeini and then it's all over? I don't
know. That's my whole thought is, are there backups for all these people?
Right.
Because, I mean, it really sounds like the first wave killed anybody who was anybody in the Iranian military, all of the generals, everybody, the scientists who were creating the bombs. So is this war going to be not much of a war at all? I do know that Iran is getting some bombs through the Iron Dome. Like, there have been bombs that have been dropped in residential type areas even. So some stuff is making its way through. I would just Israel seems really good at war. they seem like when they want to, it's like they were the ones that did the hidden drone stuff. Right?
Oh, yeah.
They've got all these little tricks that they do that they're like, hey, you might not see us coming. We know where your people are. We've got
not see us coming. I see what you did there. That's clever.
yeah, thank you. We've got drones hiding in the sheds that we delivered in. All of these things. I don't think they're one to be trifled with.
And how about that Iranian news broadcast or whatever? They had that lady on there, and she's like, no, and all of a sudden,
and then the bombs start coming out. Dude, you see the video. I mean, everybody, I think, has a general appreciation that bombs are scary and they're wild. But when you see the way that they kind of just like hover through the air and then just with this lightning quickness shoot right to the ground and blow everything up, being in a war-torn country where bombs are dropping, hot take? Sounds a little scary. Just a little loud, a little bothersome, not cool. I think the majority of people want peace, and let's hope that is somewhere around the corner.
Man, I really thought we were going to get peace in the Middle East when Jimmy Carter sat down for the Camp David Accord with Menachem Begin and Anwar Sadat, and that was like 78, 79. And here we are, all these 40 years later, 50 years later, still dealing with the same stuff.
I saw a thing, and I forget who I saw shared it. It might have been Mike Kaut, actually, but it was from a comedian, and it had like all the presidents ever under a rainbow with unicorns, and it said, no matter the president, the debt goes up and the bombs keep dropping. And there is something to that nothing's been that different. Like I understand within social issues, people feel attacked, and I'm not saying that you're not, but when it comes to the big picture of civilization, has there ever really been a president that the gas goes up, the eggs get a little more expensive? I think that's a what's happening to America trend, not a this is what one given president did. It's all relative.
Yep.
You know, we've had moments of peace, and then we have moments of not peace, almost under every administration. There is not, that belief of they're all kind of playing for the same team at the end of the day, to me, is becoming more and more obvious.
Yeah, I see a lot of people on the right sharing stuff about the No More King thing, saying like, okay, well, where were you when your party decided to circumvent the election process and put Kamala in? And they're absolutely right.
That's a valid point. Well, I mean, when it comes to, if we want to look at singular issues, they had their rights taken away maybe more than anybody else in that moment. When given the opportunity to find a legitimate presidential candidate other than Joe Biden, the party, and I got to tell you, that's not the first time that's happened. They might have done it in a little sexier way before, but you look back at the Bernie Sanders days and how he was buried under the bus so that Hillary Clinton could get a run. They seem to be dabbling in their own primaries and the actual system, I think, more than the other side. I mean, they didn't get a chance to pick who that was going to run for president. They didn't even get a chance, and they could have.
No, and all of this really distracts from the big issue of the day, which is, did Brittany Griner call Caitlin Clark an effing white girl?
I thought you were going to say the issue in the bathroom. Because it did take away from that a little bit.
That is another big issue.
Yeah, because that, I think, happened a little bit ago. So she just finally now spoke out on it. And she said, I didn't say that?
She said she doesn't remember what she said, but she definitely didn't say effing white girl, which, if you read her lips, she absolutely, with 100% certainty, said effing white girl.
Yeah, it is an interesting thing that you would think maybe there could be a scenario where they wrap their arms around this girl and go, okay, more people are coming to see us. She's very, very good, if not already on her way to being the best player in the WNBA ever, but it's good for all of us. And it seems like, I don't know how much it goes along racial lines, they don't like her. I mean, I guess there's a possibility she's just wretched and nobody likes her, but not this widespread, you're one of us now. Come on in and let's help grow this sport together. It feels like a tangible we don't want you here type vibe.
And she's got more eyes on the WNBA product and more mouths talking about it than anybody ever has in history. They should be grateful.
Yeah, when she got injured, didn't they say the tickets were only selling for like $8?
Yeah, the games just become nothing. I mean, it feels messed up to say because there's other, I'm sure, great players on the team, but when she's not playing, the city has no interest. I mean, the ticket prices, the viewership on television. We went into, it was actually the day we went and saw Friendship in the movie theater. Afterwards, we went across the parking lot to the BJ's Brew House, and I don't know who they were playing. It may have been whoever Angel Reese, whatever team she's on. So a little more hype around that team. But dude, the BJ's Brew House was popping with people all around the bar and the TV fully enthralled in the WNBA game to the point where people were cheering and yelling when Caitlin Clark and their team scored. And I thought, what is this world I'm living in where on a Saturday afternoon, the crowd is popping for a WNBA game?
And then she got injured and the league as a whole went, oh no, we suck again.
Yeah, you know? I mean, there's a little bit of that.
Did you get a Pizookie?
No, we kept it very very mild on that day. We had a couple drinks and then I had an appetizer that was not good. They were pickle fries. They were
pickle fries.
And they were too much breading, too oily.
Oh,
it was sad. Overall, nice bartender, nice thing. But even the country's most prolific baby daddy believes in sperm limits. The father of 176 kids, Ari Nagel, better known as the Sperminator, is retiring from baby making effective this Friday. He revealed to the New York Post the prolific papa who spread his valuable seed to complete strangers for 17 years across 20 states, 10 countries, and 5 continents, conceded that while he may feel invincible, the swimmers are not. It's best if they find someone younger. It's healthier, better safe than sorry, he said, who turns 50 in August and had been dropping his seed out to wanting family members up until very, very recently. His much younger beau doesn't want her own children, and after years of abstinence to accommodate women's ovulation schedules with the highest possible sperm count, he says he's ready to get back to the saddle in his own relationship and stop spreading his seed across. This feels like you shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I have the uncle who did that and didn't know that's what was happening.
Right.
To know that you have 176 kids, and do they all know? Because what's the number where you have to start worrying about inbreeding?
Yeah, that's true. Like, suppose 2 of your 176 kids, unbeknownst to each other, meet each other at a bar and...
Yeah. Like you have one city where you've got a bunch of kids around the same age and they could be running around banging.
You imagine wherever he lives is where Ground Zero was, and he pumped out a lot there. So
yeah,
any of a certain age, they're like, hey, who's your dad? Who's your dad?
Did I miss the bus on this? Is there money to be made here?
On inseminating?
On donate? Well, is that just Well, I guess this would be a different process.
Yeah.
Right? We still have a donor, but this sounds like his process was a little more personal. Like they're picking him and then he's part of it.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know that they're going straight from the tap, but
yeah, I don't know that there's money to be made there. Just, more of an ego thing than anyone else. Like the world needs more of me in it.
I doubt that someone who donates sperm to get paid is someone you want donating sperm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's actually a great. Well, it's interesting that you say that because he's my second, third cousin or uncle or whatever he's called. He was going through a rough time financially, but the thing was he had such a great resume because a lot of these moms, a lot of the babies that he made came from lesbian couples, and this dude too. I think most of them are lesbian couples. They read it out of a book, and this guy went to art school. He was prolific in a bunch of different instruments. He was an actor. I think by the time that he got picked, he had written some music for like video games and movies. So he was kind of broke, but he still had a hell of a resume. And I think that looks pretty good. This guy, they have the Sperminator by the numbers. 176 children, 5 babies on the way, 17 years he's been at it, 16 years old is his oldest kid, 2 months old is his youngest kid, 13 sets of twins, 5 continents, 10 countries, 20 states, 5 marriages, 1 kid born in prison.
Damn.
Those are some damn fine numbers.
On paper, who do you think of the 3 of us is the most appealing sperm donor? Just on paper. They don't get to meet us. They just get to look at our lives on paper.
No, they're going to say 5'2", I'm out.
Oh, yeah, same
I
here.
want that guy.
Yeah, they'd be like 5'9.5". Nope, Johnny, it's you.
Yeah.
Women love height.
Yeah, I would say it's probably pretty close. I mean, I don't know if there's if they're looking for somebody, that would be the only place that maybe I have a slight edge. But I mean, we've walked similar paths. So I mean, you're probably on paper like they would think you were smarter. So I think that would work against me.
They'd be wrong.
Like, do they make you do a test or anything?
Like
to
an
prove?
IQ test?
Yeah, something like that.
I think they make you do the Cracker Barrel peg board.
Oh, the peg?
thing.
Well,
Yeah, ignoramus.
I always end up being an ignoramus, so you got me beat.
I get pretty darn smart.
You got me beat on
I have
that.
no idea what you guys are talking about.
The Cracker Barrel little peg game. You don't play that at the. You've been to a
I
Cracker
think
Barrel.
he just went to Cracker Barrel for the first time.
And I walked out, remember?
Yeah.
Oh.
He said he didn't feel safe there.
Yeah.
You're not a cracker.
Yeah.
I'm not into pegging either, so.
You're
0 for
lost.
2.
Yeah. You're lost.
You don't know what you're missing.
Do not go anywhere. Drew Garabo Live is coming up next. But before we get out here, we love telling you about our good old buddy, Jeff Borum.
Jeffy is a friend. Jeff Borum's awesome, man. The guy knows so much about real estate, so much about marketing and networking. It behooves you to Google him, Borham, and find out about our friend, Jeff Borum.
You know, if I asked you to list your 5 favorite pizza places around Tampa Bay, you'd probably go, yeah, boom, boom, boom. I like a little bit of that. I like a little bit of this. But what about your go-to real estate agent? For some people, they don't have one, and you should, and it should be Jeff Borum. One of my favorite stories to share with you is Phil and Nanetta, who have been living in the Tampa Bay area for many years, and whether their family is growing or they're heading into their retirement years, every time they need to buy or sell or look at property, there's only one person they call, and it's Jeff Borum with Team Borum. Let that be your story.
Team Borum, powered by eXp Realty. With Jeff, you've got options. Buy your home, sell your home, or rent your home. Google him right now. You can be packing tonight. Borham for Jeff Borum.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. NASCAR lives on 102.5 The Bone. The cars. The drivers.
I'm not surprised, and anybody who is should rethink their NASCAR knowledge.
And all the left turns you can handle. Race Day Sundays, where NASCAR lives in Tampa Bay. Right here on 102.5 The Bone. Sponsored by Jerry Ulm Jeep Ram. #1 in the country. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
In Eastern Hillsborough, there's an accident along Dr. King eastbound at Mango Road. It looks like there's some road blockage involved. Traffic is stop and go back to Lakewood Drive. In Tampa, a disabled vehicle along northbound I-275 at Dale Mabry said the right lane blocked and traffic is backed up to the West Shore area. Also, a crash westbound along I-4 at US 41 or 50th Street is blocking the left shoulder. We're still in good shape in Pinellas and along the big bridges. This is Jim with traffic.
After you've been injured at no fault of your own, you shouldn't be stuck footing the medical bills or dealing with lost wages. Farah and Farah's accident attorneys are here to make it easy. Contact Farah and Farah, 1-800-500-5555, farahandfarah.com. Make it a Farah fight, Tampa.
Save time and money with a PVC fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need for an average backyard of 120 feet, starting at $2,140. Go to fenceoutlet.com for more information and store locations. License number C10252 and C10803.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
Tight on cash? Say less. McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Indulging your sweet tooth or craving something savory? Tired of the same old, same old? Pick from your favorites like a creamy vanilla cone for $1.50 or a small frappe like rich caramel or chocolatey mocha for just $3.50. Quick snack breaks to late night cravings and everything in between. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
It doesn't matter where in the world you are, when you eat McDonald's fries, you're home. Day or night, rain, shine, good day or bad, there's something about golden, crispy, medium fries that feels like everything is going to be okay. And now I can get them for free when I spend $1 on any order in the McDonald's app. A deal so good, might as well pair with a classic quarter pounder with cheese or the iconic Big Mac. Get a little taste of home with Mickey D's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through 7/31/25 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a week. Must opt into rewards. Excludes tax.
Sometimes you just need a change in life, whether you're just entering the workforce or been doing the same job for a decade and you're ready for that change. John Senning here for the National Aviation Academy. If you didn't know, we've got the NAA right in our own backyard in beautiful Clearwater, Florida, where you can get your hands dirty. I learn with my hands getting in there, and that's what you'll be doing, working on the engines of jets and planes. And the way that things work at the NAA, you could be entering the workforce in just a few months. Make that decision today. The next class starts July 9th. Check them out at naa.edu.
Have you been hurt in an accident? Burnett EPA is here with a quick response. One call and we're on it. It's fast, easy, and focused on you. Quick action, real results. Burnett EPA, we're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
School is out and summer is here. Wherever you plan your summer vacation, make Crown Kia your first stop. During the Kia Summer Sales Event, drive a new Kia K4, just $219 a month, or a new Kia Sportage with a special low 1.9 APR. Test drive your new Kia today at Crown Kia, the better way to buy and service. Call 1-800-371-0942 for complete details.
Sean Hannity and Jimmy Fallon together.
Could you imagine I call Bill Clinton and he picks up, hey, Sean, how you doing? It's your buddy Bill. I see a lot of hot chicks on those Fox programs.
There's like student loan forgiveness. Aren't you concerned? You're a dad. Yo, my son is 6'5". He's getting a women's basketball scholarship.
Punchlines Patriots with Sean Hannity and Jimmy Fallon. Saturday, June 28th at Ruth Eckerd Hall. Get tickets now at rutheckerdhall.com.
Hi, I'm Patrick Thomas.
And I'm Heather Thomas from Bolt Electric, where we believe that the right way is the only way to do home electrical.
We believe the National Electrical Code is really the minimum standard, not the maximum standard.
We believe you deserve better electrical parts and better service.
We believe in ongoing training for our electricians.